Jesus. Welcome to teamfortress.tv with Admirable, Sideshow, on Kaya, and John. We're here for this ETF2L Season 21, powered by TT Esports Premiership Qualifiers. These pre-season playoffs to decide who gets that one last remaining Prem spot. First up, we're going to have Revoluzion, the metagame, versus Wonderland. And if you're wondering who the fuck are these guys, I'm asking the same questions. And the winner of that game will be playing Lego. Your thoughts, please, Sideshow.
Well, I've played against both of these teams, I think, or maybe only one of them, actually. And I'm still wondering the same question. Who are some of these people? There's some names that are unknown to me, but will probably be known to some of our viewers, I guess. And they're heralding from the murky depths of divisions. Well, I guess it's high now, isn't it? All of the others, but should we run ourselves through some rosters and try and figure out who all these no-name scrubs are, Admirable?
Yeah, the kids have told me that they're going live. So 90 seconds in the future, the game gets underway. I'll take a stab at Wonderland. On Medic, we're going to have Graba, Kuna, the French demo man / sniper, Supremo. They're going to have Jackie Legs working for them today. He'll be playing, I don't know.
He's playing Roma. Jackie Legs is smoking Roma.
John 123, who is apparently another merc, right? But they have Quad, the infamous Quad playing Scout, formerly banned, then unbanned by the admins. He's got a legendary pistol, and he's back playing TF2, and they got Lupus as well. It's actually pretty decent, you know?
Yeah, the Scout combo is pretty decent. I think it's probably better than the opposing Scout combo, and I'll run our delightful viewers through the RLM roster. Revoluzion, la metagame is just Spin's go-to name, I think, for any team that he tries to form out of some lower Prem people who just tend to be hanging around before a season starts and he grabs them all together. So it's I like to Spin heading the team off on Medic. He hasn't been playing the game for quite a while, but he's a notorious figure. He's followed up by Smire, the brilliant demo man. On the pocket is going to be Lippy, and Caps on Roma, the two scouts, Crafters and Repu, and we've gone live with our first middle Admirable.
Holy shit, good just didn't hit the ramp slide. He is coming crippled there, 2 broken ankles. He tries to make his way forward to the med pack. Luckily, his soldiers have gone balls deep onto the enemy demo man. Smira has not survived the mid. His teammates are trying to move forward on the distraction of Dagner, but it seems like the threat has been dealt with, and now RL are standing here, multiple players down. They're trying to find that exit. They're running towards Choke. Spins getting out on 14 HP, but his teammates are all slaying around him, and he will get gunned down there. Quad on a 2k. He's still got it, Sideshow.
Yeah, he's still got it. He's no wash up. He's heading the scoreboard at the moment. The first mid went well for him. He's going to be rocking that pistol till the end of the map. So yeah, not a great middle from RLM there. Whoever wins this game is going on to face Lego, of course. So it's not a straight qualifier, straight to Prem this game. It's just to see which scrub team is going to get sent down to high. It looks like the blue team heading in from that first bottom left entrance, but they drop their pocket straight away, and Kuna's not doing anything with this uber charge. Jackie Legs comes in to try and get some more damage. Looks like a decent hold from RLM, as long as they can keep their medic alive, who just runs straight onto a roller and gets obliterated. Oh no, and now the follow-up coming back in as Kuna unleashes his deadly pipes, and Jackie Legs sure to pick up the final 2 frags. No, he's not. Smirra's got blood on his mind. He's coming in. Oh, can he block it? Oh, not quite.
Wow, big throw coming out from RLM there. I mean, this Wonderland roster, I only was aware of them because the King of Squirrels, Big Kevo, joined them, and he was campaigning that his team should get a chance to play in the Prem. So I bent Sonny Black's ear and eventually seemed to allow them in, although he really didn't want to. But they're here and they're playing with 2 mercs. I hope they can put up a good show, and so far they're doing well. They're in the lead, but onto this second mid, and it's looking like a much more even affair. But Kraftas goes down, giving first blood to Wonderland, and now they're trying to move forward and find all those red players on their own med pack, but they've done a lot of damage here. Again, Spin finds himself running back towards Chook with very few players left alive. Smira's doing a good job of creating space for him to escape, but he lands a big pipe onto Lupus. Lupus is just dancing around here, and Spin has rightly left his demo man and survived himself, and there, oh, he gets the crossbow bolt out to avenge Smira. In fact, Spin lives to tell the tale, and they've got a big Uber advantage here, Sideshow.
Yeah, and they can push back in as well. I don't think they're going to be content to let Kuna cap this off. as we see a little bit of a block. Kuhn is going to be hard pressed to defend this, but he might just manage to cap it off before the scouts get in. Now Repu and Crafters do block this point, and Jackie Legs is in. He wants the force out of spin. He gets no damage out practically and blows himself up on the point. Unfortunate there from Jackie Legs, but gave me a good giggle. They've got a sniper on the field as well for Lupus, who's going to be hanging back all the way in such a passive position. They're just waiting for spin to commit through this choke point, so that Lupus can hit a fully charged body shot on him and take the Ubers out of the equation for RLM, but he bursts his load way too early and just misses a headshot there as well, so the spin's going to pop up his Uber. They've actually lost one of their players to quad on the flank as well. Crafter's going to pick up that return frag, or Repu actually got the credit for it, and Grabber and his team content just to sit back. They've lost the second point, but they do have the Uber advantage. Now they're in the sticky position of wanting to push out from last with it.
I think it's fair to say that Jackie Legs is the best soldier in Israel these days.
Yeah, I think it is actually.
Is that the current state of affairs? That's sad to hear. In fact,
that's
bring back
depressing.
Matlin tax. Oh, Uber coming out here from Wonderland. They're sort of all over the place. So they've sent Wanzu in to contest the red combo in PC, and wow, Spin's gonna go down. Wanzu, the Merc, coming up with the 3k because of Craftass as well. Really caught those guys with his pants down. He's in onto the demo as well. Wanzu going huge here. The Polish Merc, who had to use someone else's account because he lost his account to a hijack. Oh, very suspicious, Sideshow, but he's really robbed these guys here, man. This is daylight robbery, in fact.
I don't know whether you noticed Admirable as well, but Caps was running Sniper, and about the only person, the ones who didn't frag, managed to turn around and take down their medics. So Grabber's been taken out here, and the Ubers remain fairly equal. Caps is just about to respawn now, and they're going to be in a solid position to defend the second, but they did lose mid there. Not quite as disastrous as it could have been. They didn't get onto that sniper threat as quickly as they should have done, but even so, things are going to slow down a little bit here. Both of their teams. Actually, I think that Grabber thinks he has a disadvantage. Spin did get a slightly earlier spawn, but not much to talk about. Kuna, though, playing way ahead of the rest of his team, not sticking off the choke points, only using pipes, and Spin's going to come in here.
Oh, Spin's getting pressure a little bit down to half health there. Jackie Legs was attempting to hound him down, but has been shut down. Quad in the spawn queue now as well. Kuhn has just gotten back on the field, but RLM gathering some momentum here. There is a Kritzkrieg in the tank for Grabber though, so you're going to be seeing RLM moving forward here, you know, quite confidently on their man advantage, but this crits could cause some problems, but Caps is sneaking his way forward there now. Repu just tries to run forward there. The crits is still a threat. It's ended up as a 5-on-5 here, but the Uber's getting closer and closer, so even when they use this crits, they're going to have big Uber players in Vulnerable coming in, knocking on their door. Smear is trying to get in. They seem to be a little bit all over the place. And again, RLM, they're trying to make their way on to last here, but they're finding the frag slowly but surely, but it's very scrappy. Multiple fights spread across the last point. Smira gets focused down. He's going to join Dagner in the spawn queue. Now, I like to Spin and Lippy are the last two standing in lobby, and I think we can say this push has been unsuccessful, Sideshow.
Yeah, it just fizzled out. There's no focus of aggression from either of these two teams. They're just kind of throwing in one player through every door and seeing whether they can win their 1v1, because the defense is so unorganized. But, you know, when the offense is that bad, it really just cancels itself out, and they both just end up trading players left, right and center, and it gets incredibly messy. As he said, neither of the teams really providing focus fire or anything of the sort, but the Ubers are up now for Grabber. He's going to want to go forward Spin because he was disconnected from some of his players. He's going to have a later Uber charge here, but he does manage to get it up as well. Going to see a little bit of a stalemate, but Kuna is ever the aggressive demo man, is wanting to go and come forward here, but it's actually Lippy that is getting onto him. Oh, of course, the crits creek. They didn't have time to switch off there, and so Grabber's still running the crits. Is that going to be effective? The crits actually achieved nothing, but the Uber charge really not coming in and doing that much damage either. So they've managed to pin the entirety of RLM in the sewers area. If they can get behind them, which Quad's doing now, and flank them, they're keeping them pinned in that tiny little area and doing so much damage. Can Lippy save it by getting a few frags here? No, unfortunately not for RLM. Smira, the only player left alive, just trying to throw in a few stickies and do a bit of damage from the choke where he's fairly safe. But that was disastrous, given that they were running Ubercharge free crit screen. That should not have played out in that way. Just a level of disconnection from RLM and not being able to move outside that sewers.
Yeah, totally outstrat it there. To quote the great Onkaya, our cameraman tonight. Just looking at the position of Dagner here, hiding somewhere around Suri, trying to jump forward, but in fact, Wonderland haven't committed to the push yet. Quad's taking a peek into PC, but he doesn't realise his exit has been cut off. Krafta is going to claim that frag, so man advantage goes to RLM here, but or against RLM, but Quad's going to die. Or Kraftas is going to die to join him there, so it's 5 on 5. The crit has been popped off, but nothing happens. Just Kraftas going down to it, Sideshow.
A terrible crit streak again, and someone needs to kill Grabber here. If I'm Grabber, I'd be wanting to run in and die just so that I could switch off to Uber charge, because even though they're winning these scrappy little fights, they'd be doing so much better if they were on Uber here, and they're actually going to lose this fight with Caps coming in and taking down both of the players from Wonderland who are aggressing them with that crit streak. And now that Grabber's down, I can only assume that they're going to be running normal Uber charge, because that crits has just not worked for them in any way.
I hear a sniper. Lupus is on the field running the scope. He's going for the hero shot, trying to push his way into choke, but decides to back out. He's going to regroup with his team and play the long angles here from rollout. And we see RLM moving the way. Oh, look at Big Dagner skip jumping forward there, but gets air shot by Kuna, who maybe stole it off Jackie Legs. And RLM have had their Uber forced. They're trying to push forward here with 2 players down. It's not looking good for them, but they probably are going to cap the Spire. No, here comes the contest. Onesie, Jackie Legs, and Kuna all pushing forward here, focusing big damage on that Spire, but Smira has managed to stay on the point and he's capped it. Despite Kraftas and Ritwu going down, RLM have gained territory here, and now it is Wonderland who are forced to make the arduous journey to the Spire there to attempt to cap, and they're being contested hard here, Sideshow. This is intense.
Yeah, they have managed to cap it back, but now there's an Uber on the field from Grabber, and he is going to be running the normal Uber charge this time, so they're going to be able to get into them, and that control of Spire, hard fought though it was, hasn't lost them too many players so that their Uber charge will be useless. They should still be coming forward with this. They can't really afford to wait for Kuna. They had a big Uber charge advantage. If they let it slip away, this will really be an opportunity missed. They could have still pushed forward there. They had both of their scouts on the field, but they're just they're lacking direction without all 6 players on the board. And now they've allowed Spin to get his Uber charge up, and they're going to be able to hold mid.
At the minute I see Lippy, Spin and Ripu in Sewer there. Spin just seems to be buffing his flank. Nice. Looking to regroup here with Smira. They're just setting up for the push on middle. They're trying to decide what to do, but a little bit of a stalemate here with just less than 20 minutes left on the clock. This is a best of 3, followed by another best of 3 later on tonight against Lego for the winner, but it's going to be Big Dagner. Skip jumping his way and hits the rump slide, tries to create some havoc there, but ends up taking a one-on-one with Lupus, loses control of the med pack and goes down in Sewer. So man advantage to Wonderland here. Will they use this opportunity to push it? It's sort of a false advantage, like that one man doesn't really count for much when both teams have Uber, but they have managed to wake their way in through choke for free through to the distraction there from Lupus, I think. But they've got a good position here on the point, and now they've traded Ubers, so this could end well for them. But Wanji's gone down to smear his stickies, and it seems they haven't done enough damage here. They're going to back out and try and regroup on second. Yeah,
they took so much damage as they came in from that choke. It was really nice that they managed to get the position for their Uber charge, but they needed to then hold it like while the Uber was happening. And Lupus been on 4 HP, the Quad was half health, and then both of their soldiers were weak as well. There was nothing that they could do. And Jack got behind though, just jumping through the choke point as the rest of their players came in and manages to pick off. I like to spin there, and the rest of their team's so weak as well as they desperately drive in to try and get Grabber. Oh, Caps goes in and just blows himself up, unfortunately. Not able to get onto Grabber. Grabber nicely positioning himself miles away, but now he runs straight into Smir. Smir misses all of his pipes, juggles him onto a roller, and he's going to be able to take him down there. Kuna comes in for the return frag, but they've lost their medic, and that was crucial. I mean, I don't know whether to blame Grabber there for going back into rollout, or blame the rest of their players for just splitting off and not being with him. He should have been surrounded by somebody. They knew that there was still a player alive, but they still allowed Smith onto him.
Man, Prem hopefuls of Revoluzion La metagame are losing to what is essentially a mixed team here, you know? They're 1-0 down, they're struggling to get any sort of foothold in the game. And I'm loving this this cat amongst the pigeons. Only Koss were here to see it, but he doesn't have a PC. Currently, it's just both teams sitting back a little bit, trying to get those buffs up and decide what to do. But a significant Uber advantage here for I Like to Spin. He's got about 40% over his opponents here, and even the body language from Wonderland, very defensive. They're sitting really far back. They're just trying to spam the choke and see if they can get a pop for free, but they don't want to commit any players as we go into a little pause.
For free.
90 seconds in the future. This play isn't affected, but maybe Valve are going to fix that one for us. We're in talks.
Hopefully. We live in hope, don't we, Admirable, that they'll fix some of the bugs with the STV and casting and things. Absolutely. So the situation at the moment, Spin and the rest of their team must know that they have that uber advantage because Grabber went down way after Spin did. So they're going to be pushing in here. The question is, can they get onto Grabber or at least convert a few kills and the point by the time Grabber gets his uber charge up? They've got about 20 seconds to play with, but the positioning from the whole of Wonderland here is so passive. As long as they don't get hit by the sticky trap on sewers, they should be able to get in for free here. And if they can bait out a bomb from Jackie Legs and then take him down fairly early, then they're in a decent position to move forward. They're actually moving through the PC here. They'll be hoping to catch off Grabber. They've used really early, and now they just have to chase down a frag. Kuna, no, not quite stuck in there. Lippy trying to do what he could, but they're not going to be able to convert a frag here. The best they can hope for is just to get the point and back out and try and force Grabber as he comes back in with his uber charge. But Lippy goes down there to some random pipe spam from Kuna, and Kuna's going to bomb in, and he's going to try and take down Smear, but he gets second down on his own, and they've actually lost a player as well as one of their, was that Wanzu disconnect, has been dropped unfortunately there. So a spate of pauses as they try and get him back into the server, I imagine. That was what the pause was about, and that's it's all starting to look a little bit better for Grabberzuba here. They did drop Kuna, and the rest of Wonderland still streamed forwards, and although they haven't got the point, they're pushing forwards to try and get the kill on I Like to Spin and some other weak players, which I think is the right choice.
It's hard to drop if your fucking demo man jumps the other side of middle. But they unleashed Quad, so he's been running forward here trying to put out the damage. Jackie Legs has just landed in to follow up. Grab is standing at choke right now. He's thinking, do I come in and help here? Is he going to run the gauntlet against Rebu? He's sort of mid-air right now. He's doing the Matrix, but he's sitting here on Scout with people with his back to him with a buff, so he could potentially go huge here. Quad's got a pistol down Smear. Jackie Legs onto Spin though, big medic pick. Lupus has killed off Craftas on the flank, and Rebu is like the lone wolf here. Actually, he's got backup. Here comes Dagner, jumps in. Oh, medic goes down. Dagner doing work, kills off Grabber. Now Rebu onto Quad, and this could be the turnaround as Spin is back on the field with Smear, and they found 3 frags. It's time to go, Sideshow.
Yeah, they're going to be pushing forward here. They did actually manage to block the point as well. Lupus couldn't quite cap that off. It puts them in a position where they can play for the back cap though if the rest of RLM stream forwards, but that's not something on their mind. Lupus just going balls deep there trying to get the pick onto Smear or Spin, but neither of those are going to happen. And the rest of Wonderland just having to back off to choke. I think the back caps option is still open, and it would be something that I would be playing for in this situation. But they don't have anybody over that PC side. Jackie Legs moving in there now to try and take down Craftaz. I don't know who's going to manage to win that duel. Craftaz eventually gets the better end of it, and now he's going to duel Quad and takes him down as well. Nice play from Craftaz to neutralize that backup threat completely from PC there.
I'm just looking at Wanzo, their super sub. He was just standing in spawn there at AFK, and he seems to have dropped from the server again as I guess the pause catches up with the STV delay. But only Lucas on the field right now, and his team are in disarray as Revoluzion and the metagame finally come up with a response. They've tied the game up 1-1, and we're at the halfway mark here. Exactly 15 minutes left. Sideshow. This could be the momentum shift. It could be all RLM for here with all the troubles that Wonderland seem to be having.
Yeah, Wanzu going in and out of the server like a jack in the box. He's here and then he's not, and then he's here and then he's not. But on this mid, Jackie Lex went aggressive again, but he's got decent health. I think he picked up both of the health packs, just denying both teams their health. But Caps is playing it in the PC as well. RLM really favouring this right hand side where they can lock down the enemy health kit, and they're going to take a frag from it. They need to start taking some high ground now though, as Lippy bombs up and starts getting some damage down. They need to be aware that there's a limited time for them to try and get these frags as well, and they do manage to get Grabber as he tries to escape there through the sewers. That's all they need. They don't really need to push forwards and get any more of the frags as Caps goes down. I think he was trying to flank as well, but They do have that med pick. That's all they really need, as well as the cap point. Oh, the bomb in! That's so optimistic from Kuna. He has such an odd style of
That's
play.
the sort
for
of
a
player
demo man.
Kuna is, though. He's got this great self-belief. He knows he can hit big pipes. He's always asking for crits and stuff like that. He really wants to take the full responsibility of winning the game on himself. He didn't deliver that time, but he can come up with a big play, Sideshow.
He absolutely can. Like, his pipe aim's pretty ridiculous at times, and the things he tries to do with pipe are really crazy. Like, he'll get most of his damage throughout the game on pipes instead of stickies, which is really odd for a demo man to do. And normally it wouldn't work, but for him, he sometimes manages to pull it off. Anyway, the Uber from RLM is coming in through that bottom right-hand side, and Caps has managed to trade with Wonzu on that right-hand side. Only 3 players left alive from Wonderland here. It's going to be a desperate defense. Kuna with the pipes is going to try and somebody out, but that's not going to work. RLM, as you say, the big force in that round, and 2-1 the score.
I think a big problem for Wonderland in that last middle, even though they stayed in the contest, which I admire, was that they didn't put enough pressure on Smear. He had free reign to just spam those stickies up top, and he really put a lot of damage onto the heavy classes. Like the soldiers from Wonderland couldn't do much at all, but Smear faster than Kuna on this middle. But he's just putting stickies up top. He's not really trying to do any damage to the enemy demo. Jackie Legs jumped in and tries to contest Caps there on the low ground, but both teams just setting up for the engagement, and now it seems like a left-hand side push here from RLM, but they're trying to go do that tiny choke point, and they get immediately shut down by Wonzu and Jackie Legs, who are up top there on the red container. And Spin has survived. He's already back in his own lobby. Craftass is dancing around at choke here, finds himself balancing on top of the fence. He's gonna run for the roller door, but he won't survive. He's gone down late there, so he won't be up for 20 seconds. That'll be man advantage here for Wonderland if they want to continue this push, but it is Uber versus Uber, so who knows what's gonna happen.
Caps is arriving really early to the mid-fights, but he arrives on the low ground or in a position where he can't really do anything. He takes a lot of damage and then he's not able to actually initiate, so they lose that ability to really jump in and take the attention away from Wonderland here, and that's what's winning in the mid-fights, really. Oh, Grabber might get caught in here as the Uber charges are exchanged. Yeah, really poor positioning by Grabber. He gets caught by the tail end of Smear's stickies down, but Kuna's so far in. What on earth is he doing? He's miles away from the rest of his team, just getting slowly pistoled down by Craftass as he takes that duel on top. He actually hits a pipe onto Craftass there, and he's allowed both of his soldiers to come in as he takes the distraction. Was this secretly a genius play?
That was incredible. They were just like all over the place. Like they had Kuna top right, then they had Wonzu top left, Jackie Legs went for the point, and RLM didn't know where to look. They just couldn't handle that, man. It was information overload. Made some poor decisions where they got gunned down on their own point, and it's 2-2 here. 11 minutes left on the clock. Smear is in taking his own kit, but getting pressured back a little bit by Jackie Legs. He's going to need some heals here, and it'll be up to Dagner to try and get in deep there and make something happen, but gets shut down by the combined scout duo of Quad and Lupus. Wonzu's looking to help out Lupus with the one-on-one against Craftass, and they will send him to the spawn queue to join Dagner there. Quad goes down, but RLM have had to back out here. They're gonna need to regroup. It's 4 versus 5 at the minute, but the spawns will be coming in. We'll probably see a little steal here, Sideshow.
Yeah, it looks like Wonderland really want to start poking forward. So they've got Jackie Legs and Lupus both really pushed up on the flanks, and Kuna's spamming through the choke point as well. The positioning from RLM though is just the absolute opposite. That they're so passive. They're stood up on that high ground. Just inviting Wonderland to come in so that they can crush them with that height advantage. They're actually prodding now into PC. Dagner pushing forwards, trying to see if he can find a scout there, but Lupus is going to run straight into him, backed up by Quad, and Caps wisely jumps away. Now he's got support from both of his scouts, and they're going to push in, but I didn't see that. I like the spin's gone down on the other side. What happened there, Admirable?
Big Jackie Legs got launched in, man. He was sky high, and he was just raining down those rockets. I don't think Spin was paying attention. Big dropski there, but Grabba, Kuna, and Jackie Legs now regrouping here on middle, and they're finding 2 frags there on the PC side. Jackie Legs going to clean up Lippy after Craftass went down as well, and Kuna's looking to go forward here with Grabba, but Grabba drops him. Like, that was a free Uber right there, but he's dropped his demo man. Now he's popped off, having panicked. They're trying to scramble to find some frags here. They did get Smeared down, so that's no demo man for 20 seconds, which is going to be really helpful. They should continue to push here. It's pretty much equal Ubers. It was a free one, but if he kept Kuna up, you know, they could be in on last now, locking them down, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Kuna's just bombing in, just a little too eager to make things happen, and RLM are just reading it, and they're just saying, come to me, and then just destroying him as soon as he bombs into them. But, as you say, they had an opportunity there to push in with Smir had an 11-second respawn. They definitely could have got in through the choke points when there was no demo down and just had Kuna meet them later on. But they chose not to do it. They're a little bit afraid here of the defense from RLM. The pressure's getting to them. If they lose this, it doesn't set a good beginning to the first best of 3 here on their road to Prem.
So what has TFT come to, like, whenever fucking Thalash is in Twitch chat saying that quad isn't good anymore? Thalash, a fucking trash can, saying that quad isn't good anymore.
They got banned. A trash can that got banned for hacks.
Banned and unbanned for being innocent. We're still waiting for that to happen to Bod here, but, you know, wow. If you've been around this scene for a long time, seeing Thalash and Prem, you know, it's just like...
Does it make your blood boil?
Oh, yes. Used to be all greenfields back in my day, Sideshow, but these kids, I don't know.
I don't know. New talent. It's new talent, Admirable. That's what they tell us. New talent coming up. Fresh faces. All I see are seas of scrubs. Repu and Kraftaz are holding really passive here, trying to make this defense as solid as possible, but I think we're just going to go down to a sniper v sniper battle as Lupus peeks in on that top area and tries to get a pick off. He's going to meet with Repu actually. Repu hits the shot onto him, but no headshots ringing out for now. But they know where each other are, so he's going to want to be edging in there. He takes a rocket or two from Dagner as well, and oh, Repu just misses that headshot as he sees Lupus's head pass by him. They're still trying to duke it out, and I really got to question this. Like, why are you taking the sniper v sniper battle when there's like a 50% chance of you winning it? Really, like sniper v sniper is such a an odd thing. Like anything can happen, you know. You peek and then you just get headshots. So just go for another target that'll allow you to push. You don't particularly want the sniper frag anyway. It doesn't really open that much up compared to a demo or a medic frag, who aren't being defended very well right now.
Yeah, don't take that coin toss. Oh, Ruku's gonna gamble a little too much. Shaky Legs waiting around the corner is gonna kill him off, and with that man advantage, like they could afford to sack players here in relative safely, but they've gone and Ubered in against Kraftas's big spinning fat man there. Now we're gonna see the combo of Revoluzion, La Metagame move forward and just hoover up all these remaining blue scrubs. Lupus is gonna come in from the lower right hand side. Oh! Just a body shot on the smear there, and that heroic play will not yield any results. Shaky Legs is coming in lower though. He's looking to jump up. He's trying to get on to spin with the jukes. The first 2 rockets do 0 damage. Shaky Legs manages to connect one, but immediately dies. And Spin has lived to tell the tale. He's going to be able to push forward with his combo through choke here, and already we see Dagner coming in from sewer, and it seems like Grabakuna and Wanzu could be in big trouble. They've survived though. How did they go inside show?
That was a big airshot hit from Kuna to absolutely deny Smira and Caps there. Oh, and someone hits another on Lippy. Just all of these aggressive players who are trying to jump into the Wonderland team are getting smacked out of the air. And just some raw DM there just coming out in favour of Wonderland from the projectile classes, and they're just able to bully RLM around. The Scout's not able to pick up anything. So they're going to absolutely take control of this mid-fight and go forward to cap second. Smira's going to try and put up a defense, but he's a little too far forward here. He might get caught out. Jackie Luck is going for the flank from rollout as well, but Smira's not quite going to back up into it.
I need to stop watching the free cam. I'm just going to spectate Kuna for the rest of the game for all the hugest air shots. Kuna's pushing in from rollout right now. He's got Wanzu until the Uber's been popped off, and again they're facing it's a heavy weapons guy who's defending on last, but Ripu gets focused down immediately. Kraftas as Scout dies on the right hand side, and it's all up to the heavy classes of RLM here, but they've taken their eye off Wanzu. He's come in from behind and he's backstabbing them with that rocket launcher. I like to spin, and Lippy are the last 2 left alive, but they can't even get on the point, and they stand there and watch it change hands. Another round on the board here for the underdogs, Wonderland, who are really putting up quite an impressive fight. 4 minutes and 30 seconds left. Who's going to win, Sideshow?
I'd like to believe in the RLM comeback here, but they're doing pretty well on these mid-fights and throughout the rounds, Wonderland, so they might have something here. Cap's really far in, trying to get a bomb onto Kuna, but then just plays into the PC. Jackie Legs hiding underneath that awning. He's getting ready to bomb. He's going to jump in and try and take some room for his team. Takes down Smira and got a bit of damage onto Untitled Spin as well. He's going back and he's trying to save this mid for his team. He does manage to get the return med frag. Kuna and Grabber having already gone down, and this is not a great mid fight for Wonderland, but the soldiers putting up a display which saves them from utter despair and failure. Admirable.
Yeah, they've kept the dream alive here. They're just one round down at the minute. There are 3 minutes and 45 seconds left on the clock. That's more than enough time to get back into the game, but I like the Spin wants to take matters into his own hands. He's whipping out the crit streak, and he will have an advantage here if they build with that faster build rate. Craftas has gone down though. He was just scouting ahead there. His scout partner Reaper has made it back to middle, picks up the kit, and will now get buffed up, but really Revoluzion on the metagame don't need to push just yet. They should probably sit back, try and soak up the pressure and wait for that crits opportunity. Lippy's doing a great job of bottling up these Wonderland players are in choke, but Jackie Legs has managed to break through. So his Quad gets in onto Spin, and the crits won't even come to pass. Medic down. Craftas is just back on the field as the rest of his team are dead. He's in the sewer here. He might have an opportunity to go for a huge play, but really just constant aggression coming out there from Wonderland and producing results here. This is impressive stuff, Sideshow.
It's not bad, is it? There's a few unnecessary deaths and a bit of lack of coordination, but in the whole, these teams are really starting to mesh together. Given that they're both kind of mixed teams and they both haven't really found their groove yet, this is there's potential, definitely admirable. Jackie Legs went really far forward there and managed to pick up some frags, and now the Ubers come in again. Grabber's managed to drop his pocket, but it doesn't seem to really hinder them that much as Kuna just starts whipping out his pipes and trying to hit 100 damage on everybody. There's no finishing potential here though, as Quad and both of the soldiers have gone down. Craftas is trying to chase Kuna and Grabber out, but this is a hold from RLM.
Oh wow, Spin having respawned there. Didn't get his crits last time, but he's got one up now. His team have a 2-man advantage, so he probably doesn't need to be popping it off too early here. Wanzu's jumped in, he's gone off the wall again, he's trying to get onto Spin. Spin's just like not even bothered, walks straight forward. His teammates clean that up, and now this is going to make the crits all that more potent. There's going to be less threat onto Spin here. The roamer is down, there's going to be less pressure here. Spin's able to walk forward. Actually, Jackie Legs is coming in. Spin takes one rocket. Who's going to react to this? Spin panics and pops up the crits, but they've got 3 frags anyway, and one of them was Grabba. Smiro with the huge crit sticky there kills off Grabba and Lupus. And I think we could call that a success. 1 minute and 30 seconds left. They can do it. They can tie this up, Sideshow.
Yeah, can they convert it into a round? That's the only question. Wanzu comes in and takes down the Demo Man. That's not what you want to see right now, but they need to keep pushing forwards. Just put one person on the point and start pushing in. They need to start getting position before they set up a defense here if they want to take this, I think. No, they're just sit back. They're content to sit back, wait for Samira to spawn and play the Crits Creek, which might be a better option, actually. Quad and Jackie Legs had just got the spawn as they were thinking of pushing, and so they were going to be going in 5v6 anyway without a demo man. So they're going to just wait for this Crits Creek. Lupus knows that they're running it, and so he's going to run a counter pyro to blast people away. And the choice of engineer from Jackie Legs again, a good one. The crits comes in on the left hand side. Samira's going to be bopping around there. Doesn't manage to find the frag onto Kuna, although he puts quite a lot of damage on him. Craftas comes in for the cleanup, and Caps has managed to pick up a frag as well. Grabber, Lupus and Jackie Legs desperately trying to hold this off. It's 3v3. Repu and Lippy have got to commit to this. 35 seconds remaining, and the spawns are going to come in 9 seconds. Just get a few heals up, and you have to go in here because the spawners are not going to be enough to save you, and the score is 3-2. They're backing off. They don't want to commit to this. They're gonna back off and take buffs. What are they thinking here? Do they think they have another time for some crits action? I think that was a really bad mistake. They're backing off and trying to repush. Oh, and Wonderland are just eating them up right now. They've given enough time for the Uber charge to come out as well. I think that was a really poor decision from RLM to back off.
Oh, I can't agree with you enough, Say. So just like go for it. Play the point, force the action there. They didn't have a demo man up. Just a soldier, the only guy who could do like area damage there or control any space. But they hesitated and they've been punished. It's going to end 3-2 to our underdogs in Wonderland, who up until late last night were, unlikely to even get a chance to play in Prem. But as I've always maintained, anyone who wants to play in Prem, I think, should get their chance to qualify. Here they are. They've taken the first map of this best of 3. We are going to be going to Badlands next, potentially a gully wash decider, but Revoluzion on the metagame, who were originally just supposed to play Lego straight up, now might even make it that far side too.
Now, this might be the end of the road from them. This is Wonderland picking up the first map, and they're going to want to be going strong onto the next one. Do you think this is going to affect RLM as well? Are they going to be getting the shakes? Some of these players never played Prem before. I mean, Kraftaz and Repu, the scout combo, this is a big game for them. They've got to prove themselves, and the other players as well. It's an unlikely team. Both of these teams, they look like mixed teams. They still haven't meshed together. They don't have the team synergy. They don't support each other in the team fights as well as some others that you might see. That might be a crumbling point when they come to Lego, who've got the experience together. But for now, they're just trying to duke it out against each other, and some raw DM talent is ending up shining through with Wonderland on top.
Yeah, looking at the logs here, and top damage is going to be Kuna. He does like to, put himself in there. He likes to be leading the pushes, but whether or not we can count the crits in there, like he's got the most hits in his team. He is the pocket demo man, but he has top damage, 247 DPM, 21 frags, 6 assists, and 14 deaths. He did get outfragged by Kraftaz, in fact, who seemed to be doing work for his team there. But both the Merc players, Wanzu and Jaggy Legs, Wanzu is a Merc, right? Or is he on the roster but using someone else's account?
Yeah, I think he's on the roster. I think he's going to be playing for them, but I could be wrong. I'm not sure.
They both top fragged for their team there. Both soldiers doing work. Following up on Kuna's damage, I guess. But we want to point the finger of blame, right, Sideshow? We get a little bit salty here. Quad, low on the damage. His KD ratio, not too impressive.
He's probably the reason they won. Yeah, point the finger of blame of Quad.
Repu.
Yeah, Repu didn't have
right
a great game. I mean, he's not really engaging in a lot of the fights. He's got low kills and low deaths as well, but he's not really. Yeah, he's not playing that passive scout style as well as he could do. But I think it's difficult to point the finger of blame at any one person when it's. I think collectively, how they're playing together and the decisions that they're making that end up losing them the game. It's these key decisions that need to be made in certain situations, and how they back each other up, how they push through chokes, and how they cover every entrance. There's a lot of chinks in both of these teams' armor, and just Wonderland managing to exploit a few more than RLM were.
Wonderland just playing sort of Route 1, TF2, it's like, what should we do? Do we have any sort of advantage? Is it a 50-50? Let's push. They're just going for it, man. And sometimes that's the easiest thing to do, because if you're all pushing together, it can often be easier to coordinate than, trying to put up a solid defense and cover multiple angles. Sometimes that sledgehammer approach is pretty effective, and maybe against Revoluzion on the metagame, who are themselves a new roster, and trying to play, a bit more serious, a bit more coordinated. Maybe it's just catching them out. Maybe they need to, get down and dirty in the gutter and fight at Wonderland's level if they want to take this second map and bring it to a third decided map.
I think they definitely need to change something around on Badlands. And looking at the middles as well, they seem fairly even, but a lot of those mid fights seem to be more drastically won by the team of Grabber and Wonderland. Sorry, I forgot their name there. Wonderland, that's the one in blue. So they were winning the mid fights, but quite categorically, and they were then able to take second off the back of that and push forward. Whereas some of the mid fights that RLM were winning, they weren't as disastrously lost, and so they weren't able to pick up a round off the back of it or something like that. Maybe it's a lack of commitment to fights where they think they have an advantage. They're still a little bit cautious, and they're not really going gung ho. And we do love a bit of gung ho.
Looking at the sort of round stats, it was 3-3 in terms of mids, but as you say, any round where Wonderland won mid, they actually ended up winning the round as well. 2 of them were sub 2-minute rounds there, getting some fast caps on the board. There was that very long second round, 14 minutes that went in favour of Revoluzion, the metagame, but getting punished hard for some mistakes on mid, and it seemed to cost them the game in the end up there. We'll not talk about that final push where they could have just tried to split on the point. They didn't take the opportunity, and here they are, fighting for their Premiership life. The winner of this best of three will be going to play Lego at 21:30, so stay with us here, guys, for a full night of competitive European action here on Team Fortress TV. This is going to be Badlands Map 2. Your thoughts, Sideshow?
I haven't seen either of these teams play Badlands. I don't know whether really they'll have any map-specific preferences, because they really haven't been playing for that long. Has it been a week, 2 weeks for both of these teams to really get into gear and start practicing together? So it may be as well that by the end of the season, one of these teams may be miles better than the other, and it might not necessarily be the team that wins here. It's just that's the way it sometimes goes. Some teams have more potential to improve than others, but what we will find out at the end of the day is which one is better than the other at the moment. And on Badlands, I don't think it's going to differ much from Process. Both of those maps, teams are really familiar with them. Teams know their positioning and where they should be holding and things like that. So you're able to be as effective as a mixed team as you are on Process and on Badlands. But a few of the key differences might be how the mid-fights go. Mid-fights on Badlands, they end up being pretty decisive, and if you get a good mid-fight, you then don't really have to contest Spire, and you can kind of pick that up for free. And so if I like to spin and the rest of their team, if they're able to use caps a little better on the mid-fights, previously on Snakewater, we just saw him going into PC almost every time, and they either just chased Repu and Kraftaz, they either chased Lupus and Quad after him and just went straight in and got the frag, or they just completely ignored him. And so I feel like he was really useless on the mid-fights compared to Jackie Legs. Whereas Badlands is going to be a map that I think he plays a little better, and he's not just going to be sitting behind them the whole time. He's going to be actually causing a bit of difficulty. So I think we could see the mid-fights being a little bit closer and going RLM's way more often than not.
Let me take you on a mid-fight tangent there, Side. So the unlocks for Season 21 have been announced, and one of them is the Power Jack, a weapon that allows the Pyro to move significantly faster when he has it equipped. So you can roll out that little bit faster to middle, as Pyro could potentially go shithouse. I know you're a fan of those Pyro plays, Sideshow. What would you advise these teams? Should they be embracing the new unlocks or staying well away from them?
I think one of the unlocks they should definitely be embracing, and I'll come back to the Power Jack in a second, is the Vaccinator. I mean, it does charge. So the Vaccinator is a weapon that I'm not particularly familiar with because it hasn't ever been allowed in competitive TF2 that I've played before, but as I understand it, it's something like it charges every 10 seconds or something, and then gives you a 2-second Uber charge, which gives you resistance to a certain type of damage, whether that's bullet damage or projectile damage or something like that. Yeah. And so a way in which I can see it being really useful is if you're holding last, having wiped the mid, and there's a team coming in with an Uber charge, you've had a completely devastating round, and you want to put up some kind of defense, you can actually run the Vaccinator on that defense and try and make something happen just with that 2-second Uber charge. Just as they're coming in through a choke or something, if you see a lot of spam damage coming at you, you can pop it off, and it gives you something rather than nothing to work with, like previously teams might have run crits in order to, like, oh, can I just get the crit speed up, and then we're crits versus Uber, but that's better than nothing versus Uber, so it gives them something else to play with.
Yeah, we've gone live here, but I think the Vaccinator is definitely very situationally viable. But that lack of buffs means it's sort of a big downgrade in the long game, but for those last holds, definitely would like to see it used. But onto this mid-fight here on map 2. Both demo men there pretty much at the same time, just trying to spam out a little bit, but Lupus is going to come barreling across the point. Wanzu and Jackie Legs looking to jump up, but Jackie Legs jumps into the wall, and Wanzu goes down, so they give them a series of 1v1s here, and it seems like RLM are lapping it up. Grab has gone down, but wow, Spin survives on 60 health. His teammates are going to be able to clean up more frags. They're hunting down Kuda with a huge pipe, then another big air shot coming out there, just humiliating Caps. Jackie Legs is taking the fight on middle here. Repu had been left to Cap but got caught up, and Lippy has to turn around, kill off Jackie Legs and Cap the point himself, and Kuda comes in and kills off Spin. He's going absolutely huge. What? I'm losing my mind, Sideshow. He just beasts Lippy as well. Kuda, the one-man team. He's shit on these kids.
That's unbelievable. It's ridiculous. Like, he pulls out his pipes and sometimes he just hits the most ridiculous stuff. And as you said before, he's got that confidence in himself, that unassailable confidence that he can kill absolutely everybody. And sometimes it just works absolute wonders for him. That was phenomenal stuff.
Insane. So that means that his team are now able to retake middle here, and they're beginning to push forward against RLM. Have just been rocked to their very core. We do see Grabby here with almost a full Uber charge. They're moving in toward or through the choke. They're trying to decide where to go. Looks like they're going to go right hand side of Spire. No, they're debating it, but the longer they wait here, Craftas is coming in behind. He's going to get the force on the Grabba. Grabba pops it, does not drop it, but Smira and Lippy have gone down. Rebu and Craftas as well. And like, this Uber charge essentially cost them 5 players. That was not worth it, man.
Not even slightly, and it's going to cost them the round as well, because I like to spin. As good as he is a medic, isn't going to be able to hold off 6 players from Wonderland streaming in and capping it off there. And Kuna had a great Uber charge there as well, so just playing phenomenally in these first 2.5 minutes. Let's see what he can pull out on this mid-fight, Admirable.
Oh my god. Just trying to find the Kuna POV here. He's walking out of the house and he sees nothing in the middle. He's going to put down one sticky. He sees Smira on balcony. He's trying to sticky up the shadows as well. He's playing pretty defensively here, and now he whips out that lethal pipe launcher. He's just pre-firing here, but it's Quad. He gets first blood onto Craftas, wins that scout 1v1. Kuna is looking to defend his medic here, but he just has to watch in vain as Dagner comes in and kills off with Grabba. Quad and his teammates are trying to do work here. Kuna steps out of house but gets gunned down by Rebu. Now Rebu mid-air trying to pistol down Wanzu. It's a 1v1 here for control of the midpoint. Wanzu is allowed to go and get that health pack, but if Rebu abuses the height advantages here in middle, he should be able to take this one. He's just going to walk away.
Oh, what a pussy. He's surely going to push back in with Craftas now, though. They've got both of their scouts. Maybe that was wise from Rebu just to back off and wait until he's got scout assistance before taking the fight, but he could have definitely cut out that frag, in my opinion. Yeah. He should have been able to take that. But either way, RLM are able to pick up the point, and they're going to be able to hold on to this choke. The Ubers are going to be up in about 20 seconds here, but it seems like Grabber's got quite a substantial advantage. He is running the crits creek, that'll be why, and so they're going to get ready to crits Kuna into this choke point, I would imagine. They need to get rid of these stickies, though, that have been laid down by Smir, trying to block them in. I think they're expecting some kind of shenanigans, because they can see Kuna just kind of sitting around, and Kuna's normally firing tons of spam into an area, normally a lot of pipes.
Look at them in the house, man. They're all bunched up here, and if Wanzu relays
they're
that
about to get flanked by
information...
Jackie Legs. Jackie Legs is coming in though. Oh, he's actually forced the Uber. He just came in from diagonal and he's able to force the Uber. Caps is going to go in from that Haunter area, and they're going to be meeting the Crits Creek here as well, a defensive Crits Creek. Now that they've got the Uber out of the situation, it could do ridiculous amounts of damage, but Kuna's got to find a situation to use it in appropriately. He sends it. Oh, he sends it up the wrong way the first one, but then the next stickies find their targets, the Demoman pocket, and oh my god, the medic and scout down now, but the Spire has gone down. They need to recap that, but a great play by Kuna, and now he's going to be firing pipes over at Lippy. Hit some sick ones as well to take down the soldier there from RLM, and they've completely decimated them with that crit squeak.
Yeah, Kuna siding them down there. Like I was getting a little panicky that he wasn't going to kill off the cappers, but they managed to clean up the bad cap threat after they capped the Spire. They've retaken it, and they've ended up with crits advantage here again. They're working their way towards choke. I guess they're just sort of doing the team huddle here, trying to decide what the plan is. But looking at the defensive setup here from Revoluzion on the metagame, it's really Caps holding forward in the house trying to get that intel, but they're not paying attention. Jackie Legs has just walked in here as Soldier. He's about to come on to Craftas. He is playing Sniper. He heard him call Sniper. Jackie Legs is behind him. He walks through Craftas' line of sight, tries to go for the medic pick, and is actually going to get shut down, but he's created a distraction at least for the crits. The crits comes in, but it's not going to find anything. Smira is just walking them down at the house. They're really controlling that choke point. Grabber and Quad go down there right at the end. Wanzu's going to die, and Kuna remains alive. He's trying to back off to the Stone Bridge or the Reese up here, but he's really just asking what the hell just happened, man. I mean, Jackie Legs right there, he could have had one pick. Tried to go for the hero.
He knew
medic,
it, but he got greedy, didn't he? He knew he could get the sniper, but he really wanted that medic, and the medic was right there. But leave it to your crits creek, like that's what your crits is for. And Smira just played Demoman perfectly, always facing forward, even when they had two players behind, and crushed the crits coming in. And now they've got the Uber charge to push in here. Quad running Pyro on the low ground, surely going to get taken down. No, he was only on 20 health there, but everyone's sacking for the point. Spin's gone down as well, and a reflect from Quad finds Lippy. And this is a terrible push here from RLM. Smith, the only player left alive. Can he pull out a hero play? No, not quite, as Lupus finds the final 2 frags to make that a full wipe from RLM. With an Uber coming in, you've got to expect more than that.
Quad using the axe extinguisher, what a scrub. Get your power jack out, mate. But here we see the recap coming in from Lupus. Lippy is going to take a peek at choke there for RLM to see what information he can get, but it's just the sort of gathering of forces here from Wonderland. Grabba and Wanzu coming out onto the Grey Braids. They're trying to regroup here. No crits Krieg this time, but the game still stands in their favour. It's 1-0 right now, and there are only 7 minutes played so far, still 23 minutes on the clock. Lupus is sitting building here furiously, but he's pretty safe. In fact, RLM don't seem to be wanting to push at all. They're going to sit back, wait for their Uber, and I guess they're going to wait for Grabba and co to push. But I mean, I'm 1-0 up in this situation. I don't want to make that push from 2 to 3. I'm going to park the bus, man.
Yeah, they are only 1-0 up though, and with Lupus going down on the flank, this might instigate the push from RLM. The Uber's being traded at choke, but once who's in here, this is a flash from Grabba onto both of his pockets, and he's been left alone, high and dry, as Kuna jumps away using no stickies to block it, but the flankers come in and crush him from behind. Quad and Jackie Legs flanking behind, obliterating everybody in the choke point there. Maybe that was a nice bait play, but I'm reluctant to give them too much credit for that, as Grabba, Kuna and Wanzu kind of backed off there and allowed Quad and Jackie Legs just to destroy people from behind. What happened there? Did Kuna just destroy Caps? All I saw, I was on mid on free cam, and I saw Caps just get obliterated from above the house. I was just, what the hell? The guy's on fire.
He just got Kuna'd, man. Oh my god. Yeah, here we see Grabba making his way up the spire. Huge Uber advantage, so they're going to be able to sort of bypass the lobby, any threats there, but there aren't any in fact. But they will be coming in top lobby, and they've got 15 seconds to decide how they want to push here. They're buffing scouts. They're going to lead with Quad. Wise decision. Quad and Lupus, actually 2 scouts coming in trying to deal with Kraftas the Pyro, but Kraftas doing a great job of denying the Uber charge here, pretty much single-handedly. He does go down right as the dregs of the Uber fade. Wow, Lupus is going to run straight into Smear's stick or pipes, and it's a pretty poor push coming out from Wonderland. They're now backing out. They have to face an Uber push from RLM, and they don't have any scouts up, so the backcap threat is non-existent. Lupus is going to respawn on Sniper though, so the longer this push takes from RLM, the bigger chance of failure there is.
Yeah, Jackie Legs and Quad are already behind them, and they're actually not going for the back cap, they're just going for a flank and going to try and take down some of these people. It's actually a really questionable decision not to go for the back cap there. I don't know why they didn't. When they have 2 behind, they can take the 2v1, and they knew that RLM were taking so long. But they've just allowed the rest of their team to kind of get bullied a bit in choke. Wanzu and Quad have both gone down, and now Jackie Legs is stuck behind. Grabba's going to have his Uber charge up. They need to be pushing into them here. They know that they have an Uber advantage, and they know they're distracted with Jackie Legs behind. Oh, Kuna's spam!
Oh my god.
Just destroying Smear and Kraftas. It's like he's not even aiming them. He's just firing into a group of players, but they're just magnetic. Kuna's pipes, they're always hitting their targets this map. They're just destroying people.
If only the same could be said for Lupus's sniper shots. Didn't seem to hit much there, but Kuna again seemingly beating his team and then cleaning up with the overextension, I guess, from RLM, if you could call it that. They just seem to keep underestimating that sticky launcher, but wow, Krabs is going to come in and forces Grabba to step back outside into trash, but doesn't get the foresight. Nice hold there from the Swiss medic. He's going to come in bottom right. He's managed to get his team up top. They foresight the Uber, but I think they maybe miscalculated there. They committed a lot of players for that. And now there's a scout coming in behind, but nice reaction from Kuna. Again, close range pipe shuts down Kraftas. And they're probably trying to set up for a repush here, but Quad's gone in too early. He's gone down. Wanzu and Grabba thinking of going in on bottom right, but now their team's in 2 minds. They're at trash. They've got 1 player up top. They're just giving away frags here. Wanzu kills off Smear, but donates his life to Lippy. And I think we could say that the push at least has failed, but can Grabba and Kuna do enough to hold off RLM here? Kuna again! Big pipe onto Ripu, denies the scout from making it onto the spire, and it's going to be really tough for them to cap. Spin's calling his team to go back here. They're trying to make it onto last Sideshow, but they're being hounded.
Yeah, I'm not sure really how this is playing out. Spin's going to have his Uber up in just a matter of seconds, and they've lost a few players. They've lost both of their scouts, so they definitely have to wait for both of those spawns before they can think of pushing. By that time, Quad and Jackie Legs are both going to be up, and Grabber's going to have his Uber charge. So an opportunity with an Uber advantage has gone and disappeared. But look at this. Admirable, both teams running a spy. Actually, we're only doing it to check the Uber charges, I think. But Jackie Legs has gone full-on spy. He's going for a backstab or a backcap here, and he's in main, disguised as a scout. Let's see what he's up to. Just hiding on that main, waiting for his cloak to recharge, and then he's gonna go in. Kraftaz is running that pyro and just seems to be spy checking a little bit actually, which is diligent of him. But Jackie Legs has made the move in through main and is now wondering and liaising with the rest of his team on how best to use. What? Do you see that? Random spam rocket from Dagner just takes him down, but oh no! He was on half health there because of that first spam rocket, but as you say, it wasn't seen, so there was potential. But why was he going for the Roma frag anyway? Like, that doesn't really open things up for them. Never mind, Jackie Legs. You'll have another try.
No patience, man. No patience.
Absolutely. Well, the Ubers have been traded in upper lobby here. Both of the Ubers popped off. It does look like a slightly better situation for our defending team here, but they're not going to be able to push out with it. They've just repelled the first initial push. No off classes here from the aggressing team, either of Wonderland, sorry. But Kuhn is going to try and lock them down in upper lobby. A little sticky trap which doesn't catch anybody, but they're in a decent position to push their heels back in. Lupus and Quad pick up 2 frags. That's great, and this has got to start the snowball rolling. They've got to push without Ubers here. They're going in from the bottom right. Why would you push bottom right when you don't have Uber? But Dagner's not watching. He's not going to be able to pick up many frags here, and he gets shut down once he picks up that frag, and only 2 players left alive. Lippy and I Like Spin going to drop to the point, but that's not going to happen. And Wonderland pick up the second round. Not a single point on the board here for RLM as we near the half time of the game.
I actually really like that push from Wonderland. Like, they got those 2 picks in the lobby, the scouts getting aggressive, and then they just molested the flank, went in there and killed off Caps, and the combo were left vastly outnumbered for RLM. But onto this mid fight, it's 2-0 Wonderland, and 60 minutes left on the clock. Grab is making its way up the slope, but Jackie Legs is jumping in high from the shit ice. He manages to get deep in onto Spin, gets the medic pick, and now his teammates can just sit back and try and protect Grabba and weather the storm, but they've left the slope exposed. Kraftas just runs in and guns down Grabba. Now it's Smira and Kraftas versus Kuna and Wanzu. Wanzu's going to go down. Kuna with the big pipe onto Kraftas. That's his second of the mid. He just killed off Ripley. He's going to use the stickies to finish off Smira. Again, Kuna beats his team out, but he keeps producing results.
He does. I don't know how you can really argue with it at this point. I mean, Kuna's style of play, he takes so many heals, and he's playing like such a pocket role, and his pipes are doing so well. He's not really allowing his soldiers to do very much, and his scouts aren't filling too much of a role, but he's doing so well, and he's just producing results, as you say, that you can't really argue with it. And now they're going to try and bully back the RLM team, who are trying to get a little bit of position. Lupus has respawned on Sniper as well to break a bit of a stalemate, which they anticipate happening at Choke.
Jackie Legs putting bigger on the Kraftas there from the little wooden platform. Caps is getting pretty low as well, trying to back his way out here. But Lippy and Reaper are looking to try and peek house at the same time, but it seems that everyone from Wonderland has just retreated to mid to get their buffs up again. Lupus on Sniper hasn't proved so effective earlier, but since they're at an Uber disadvantage, not a bad call. He's going to be sitting here looking for the shots. They've actually forced the Uber in house here. They've sacrificed Wanzu for the force, and it seems Grabba is just about to get his charge. He's trying to decide who to pop up, and he's going to use it on Jaggy. Like, Lupus does hit a headshot, but Dagner kills off Quad. Kraftas kills off Lupus as well, and sort of poised Uber play here from Grabba, milking it a little bit and waiting to pop off. Hasn't actually worked out for them. The 3 down, Grabba's going to go down. Kuna is looking to retreat here, but this time nobody from RLM is taking the bait. They've learned their lesson after many failed attempts at chasing down Kuna. They're just going to take the point, regroup here and try and use that man advantage.
Yeah, they've got a big heal advantage as well, and Kraftas just running straight into Wanzu and does get taken down. Wanzu running that black box, so he's a bit difficult to kill as a scout, but still, he should have been playing with the heals there, Kraftas, in my opinion. And they're going to be able to pick up this fire fairly easily. Jackie Legs should be a pick as well, but Kuna's spamming the pipes up there. That's deadly. Oh, but Jackie Legs actually gets onto Wildlight to spin. There's no defense there from the team. Not helping spin out at all. That should have been such an easy pick there onto Jackie Legs. But he converts it into a med frag, and now only one player up to defend here. They're going to be wishing that they'd already capped the Spire or stacked it a little quicker, because they could have gone straight to last there. And in fact, they still had an opportunity to at least take lobby. But choosing not to. Oh, sorry. Wait, what on earth is happening? I've been completely confused there. Yeah, my mind has just been boggled, Admirable. They had so many players behind that I thought they were attacking Spire. I don't know what's happening. You need to run me through it.
Mate, I was just checking my messages there, doing a bit of secretary homework, don't worry.
Well, I was talking absolute bullshit for the last 30 seconds because I was really confused and thought they were attacking Spire. I wondered why they weren't going to last, and then I realised it was their last.
Let's not draw attention to it, man. Continue with the play-by-play right now. 13 minutes remaining on the clock. It's still 2-0 to Wonderland. Haven't taken the first map. The underdogs here, even without the King of Squirrels, seem to be doing quite alright. Currently, Caps, aka Dagner, aka 4x square bracket RLM, or whatever he's called in the server right now, is down, but he's just not going to fail already. We see Wonderland moving their way through, but Quad's gone down to Lippy. So man advantage here for RLM. Lupus is going to go down. No scouts available right now, so there's no back cap threat. Uber getting popped off. Lippy is just trying to come onto Stonebridge to make something happen as the Uber fades. His teammates are backing out. Even though they have man advantage, their health is so bad, they're terrified to commit to this. And essentially the combo is beating out the flank here. Both scouts very weak. Lippy on 6 health. Finally they come in, but the respawns are coming in for Wonderland, and they have that Uber charge. They're moving forward and they're finding all these weak players. This could be absolute carnage here. Revoluzion on the metagame. They are just dribbling here. They don't understand the decisions they made there. Like, use the advantages when you have them. Now they're paying the price. They should have just applied pressure. That could have been their Spire Sideshow.
Absolutely could have been, and Dagner went in there for the frag onto Grabber as well, getting down to 8 health, but wasn't able to get the kill. So unlucky that he didn't do a little more damage with that first rocket, but the splash all eaten up, and Grabber survives. They've got an Uber disadvantage, but they're going to be able to pick up Spire if they can repel this from Lippy. Akuna hits another air pipe and destroys Lippy. It's another one onto Kraftaz to take him down. And this Uber from Highlighted Spin is going to be useless. And now they're holding Uber v non-Uber. They need a Pyro or somebody in there. Quad's already in. That's a bit over-ambitious possibly from Quad, but Smear's trying to repel someone in upper lobby. If they get the frag on Smear, this is all done. But with him in lobby and no stickies on the point, this is as good as done already. Grabber playing for the point is going to put other players down onto it. Kuna's playing too aggressive though. Just trying to get right into the thick of things and hit his pipes instead of just waiting back and spamming stickies onto the point to do damage to everybody. The aggressive style of Demoman not working out for him that time, as he just threw his life away, but Jackie Legs knows.
Look at Quad! This man is running behind Spin, comes in, and he's just standing there. He's like trolling him. He's looking at him right in the back, and he's looking at the 2 blue players standing, supposed to be protecting Spin, and he just pauses for a second for comic effect before 2-shotting Spin, getting that big medic pick. And oh wow, there was a little pressure put onto Grabba there, but again, Kuna with the big pipes kills off Kraftaz, and I think we're going to see a push here, but Quad, you know, very entertaining stuff.
Yeah. And Jackie Legs was hiding in bottom right for ages, so long, and I thought he was just going to wait there forever and just have somebody bait out the push, but as soon as he drops down, Dagner just walks in and then just destroys him. It was such unlucky timing. Now they're going to be trying to defend this Spire, push out from RLM with no Ubers. This is nice, I like this play. They need to get on Grabber within the next few seconds because he's nearly got his Uber charge up. He does have it now, and he's going to pop it off onto Wanzu and Jackie Legs, who are going to try and block the point. It's actually capped by Crafters and Refu, but the health is so bad for everybody on their team here, and the spawners are going to take so long. They're not going to be able to contest Spire. Oh, and Grabber gets the pick onto Smirra as well, so they're absolutely no way going to be able to defend Spire. In no way are they going to be able to defend Last as well here if Wonderland really want to pile the pressure on, as it looks like it. Kuna a little bit further away, Lupus not quite there, and they're just going to throw a body on the point. Quad jumps on it, actually takes the 1v1 against Repu when Repu had heals. Big play from Quad, and Lupus is going to balls deep it straight in as well. But they're going to be meeting a soldier on the point here, and they lost their opportunity to push it. They really shouldn't be. Oh, eat my words! Eat my words. Jackie Legs bombs in. They were all just playing the point. I thought it was going to be too easy to read for RLM there. but eventually they threw all 5 players at it, and it went their way. 3-0 the scoreline, Admirable to the underdogs.
Yeah, credit to Lupus, who just like barreled in there and managed to get the pick on Smear. They just respawn, so no stickies on the point. Onto this mid fight though, Kuna is again trying to encourage players to challenge him at choke. He's looking for them to come through that tiny shithouse. Immediately gets a 2k. Revu and Lippy going down. The quad's gonna kill off the roamer threat that is Caps, so Grabba can take a sigh of relief here. He's managed to survive middle, he's able to move forward, and it's a complete 6-for-0 here. And Wonderland are just kicking it into the 5th gear, man. They are really crushing the dreams here of Revoluzion on the metagame. I think they have totally underestimated their opponents. They allowed them whatever mercs they wanted, and I think they're being punished a little bit for it. Caps is going to go attempt a spy play there, but immediately gets gunned down by Lupus. Definite case of ESP there, Sideshow.
Yeah. So that's another player down, and they're now going to be defending 5v6, and this Uber charge is coming in. So not good news for them. If Kuna can manage to apply some sticks on the point and have somebody bait it on, they just need to play a point. Somebody play the point. Somebody from Wonderland needs to start playing the point here. Otherwise, this defense is going to end up working out for them. Alonso comes in with his black box though, and that might spell the end of it. He had the high ground, took down Dagna, and Repu was way too weak for anything to happen. So they do eventually pick up that round. I think this is going to be a 5-0.
Totally humiliate them.
I think this is going to be a 5-0 because RLN just put up no defense on that last mid. I think the fight's gone out of them.
It's so hard to come back from this. Like 7 minutes 30 left on the clock, 4 rounds. Like if Wonderland wanted to, I don't expect them to, but they could slow things down. But Caps is going to jump in behind, and immediately the pressure is placed on him. Oh wow, Kuna on 1 HP, trying to back out here. It seemed like Caps really opened it up for his teammates to follow up. They just all tried to funnel through the red choke, and they've been doing a good job. They've killed off 4 of Wonderland, and this is the situation we've seen time and time again. It's Kuna remaining alive. He's cleaning them up. Loves these choke point plays, but spin Caps. He surely won't escape here. Kuna forgets he has stickies.
Yeah, he's not using stickies to block him out. It's like he does a really nice play, like a really good DM play, and then he just forgets that he has stickies. Like, oh my god! Oh! This is it. It's just he's such like a polar player. Like sometimes he'll do incredibly well and like make you just scream and sit on the edge of your seat, and sometimes you'll be shaking your head in disbelief at what a moron he is. But it's like I don't know. It's just he has a very set style of play, and he has completely mastered it.
He wanted to cap so he could get more bags. He was like, yeah, bring me some spawns, man. Go ahead, we'll let you cap. Then I'll just airshot everyone.
It's fantastic to watch though. It's really entertaining watching Kuna play because he's just got this crazy pipe style.
Oh,
and nobody enjoys watching sticky kills anyway, do they, Admirable? Nobody puts a sticky frag in their frag movie.
Only Bait loves that. Where have this guy's gone? Boom. Grab is running for his life here. Last man left alive on the Wonderland side. His team got focused hard. Nice play from Revoluzion metagame in the upper lobby there. Really playing the numbers game, and now they're trying to push ahead into the middle here, but Lippy leading the charge. Gonna turn around and kill off Jaggy Legs. Now he gets the frag onto Quad. Lippy doing big work here. He's soaking up the damage, but he's putting it out as well. His teammates just need to go balls deep here. They've actually forced out the charge. Oh! Finn just gets it in the nick of time. He's going to be able to pop off and flash all around him, and Wonderland are just hemorrhaging players here. Wanzu, the only man alive, he's trying to back off with his black box in the house. He needs to jump back into spawn to meet up with Jackie Legs and Quad, but what are they going to do here? Like, they've lost middle, they can't block Spire. Quad and Jackie Legs are going for a back cap. It's never going to happen. Wanzu's the only guy actually trying to do what they need to do. He's looking to pressure the combo, but they're already making their way down main here. They believe, man. They want to tie this game up, but they need to get 1 round on the board to begin with, Sideshow.
Yeah, and they're desperately trying to make that happen, but they're just sending people in one at a time in dribs and drabs. There's no coordinated effort here from RLM. Now they're pushing with both of their scouts, but again, Crafter goes in way before his heals are in, and Repu's so weak as well. Repu goes down, and it's a car crash of a push here from RLM. They've got no synergy together.
just you know.
This is a new advantage though, sorry Admirable.
Overeager.
They're going to push in with Lippy. Lippy's been the only player really performing on this map in my opinion. He's going to bait the point. No, don't drop Lippy. Oh no, don't drop Spin, for goodness sake. That's your medic down, no heals on the board here. 3v3, Jackie Legs and Lupus both playing on the point, but Smear's doing a great job of just spamming that point and getting the frags that he needs, and he's going to drop down with Refu and save that round for his team. Can they come back? They're technically not clan. They technically are a clan, but they also technically clan. 4 minutes remaining. They only need 3 rounds. Admirable. Is the comeback real?
Hashtag believe. They can definitely do this. It is possible. Oh, skip jump coming in from Caps, and he manages to turn the heads of 3 RLM players, or sorry, Wonderland players, but RLM are positioned on the point, but they haven't found the frags, and once Wonderland dealt with that threat, they just all jumped up, and it seems like every single player on Revoluzion, the metagame, is going to go down. It's a complete wipe. The momentum freight train has come to a shuddering halt. Jackie Legs is already running ahead onto lower right here. He's looking to make a sneaky roamer play. They haven't even capped middle yet. He's already on the enemy last. He's going to hide up in the vent. This is a YouTube moment here potentially. Grab has respawned with crits, but Spin
Kuna's already
has
on
gone down to
Spire
Kuna.
as well. What is Kuna doing? Kuna's on Spire, just miles away from all of the rest of his team.
Jackie Legs, the dribbler.
And Jackie Legs. Yeah, what's he doing as well? They're both throwing. They're both trying their hardest to let RLM back into this.
How did he not kill Spin there when Spin respawned?
He just didn't go for the frag.
Wow.
He's going for the back cap now. He doesn't have the pain train. Grabber's got the Uber charge, so they can definitely block mid if they want to here. Oh, Grabber goes down actually to Lippy. They were just trying to get a bit too aggressive there.
He had crits,
Kuna's coming to block. Kuna's coming to block as well as Squad and Wanzu. They might be able to do this. Oh, they've actually just wiped them completely. That's so appalling from RLM. How do you let that happen? That's disgustingly bad.
Garbage day. Oh my god. Those trashy plays coming out, and Jackie Legs, his long con of getting that Spire back cap actually worked out. Nothing to do with him at all, but apart from standing on the point, it was all Kuna, Wanzu there, but Wonderland are trying to make something happen here, but they should be thinking, like, they should be trying to get in the mind of RLM. RLM are desperate here. They don't need to, Wonderland don't need to force the issue. RLM are going to be coming to them. They just need to try to protect Kuna, set up those big air shots. Kuna is, oh, he's going to take just a little bit too much damage there, focused down by Ripu and Lippy, but meanwhile there is a potential back cap coming up. Jackie Legs is on to last with the pain train, and he's going to get it. Jackie Legs makes it 5-1 here again. We're in match point for our boys from Wonderland, the upset of the season so far, Sideshow.
This was going to be the upset of the season so far, no matter what happened, Admirable. But yeah, it definitely is. Smear's going to come to mid with the ambition of making things slightly less, slightly more, sorry, respectable for his team. I'm just watching Jackie Legs and Quad come in and not really achieve much, but they've done a fair bit of damage over to the RLM team here. Refu's going to flank in, try and take down Lupus. He's missing most of his shots, eventually gets the frag there. And it's up to Wanzu and Kuna. We've seen Kuna come back from things like this before though. Hits a pipe onto Refu. He's spamming in now. He actually takes down Refu with a roller. Smith's going to come onto him as well around the choke point. No, Smith's going to go forwards and try and cap Spire. Kuna's bombing in to try and take down the combo, but that doesn't work. Hits a pipe on the spin but can't finish the frag. That's unfortunate there. I wanted to see more Kuna magic, but it looks like they're just going to lose the Spire. Probably not lose the round, although Spin does have his Uber charge. 30 seconds left to make the score 5-2. But we already have the first team knocked down into high right now, and that is RLM. Are they going to survive Admirable in high? Or are we going to see a fold?
I'm not sure, mate.
Oh, the vaccinator! The vaccinator comes out from Grabber. He's run it. He was trying to defend the point there. I think it actually worked a little bit, but in the end, the Uber charge not going to be denied, and the score 5-2. But
it actually worked a little bit. You mean get wiped?
They survived a tiny bit longer than they would have done without it, I think.
Oh wow, incredible! So there we have it, guys. And the timing worked out really well here because the second game was scheduled to start at 21:30, and it is just 21:26 now. So stay with us here. We'll be going to a second best of three featuring the winner of this game, which has been Wonderland against Lego. I think, are without Sorex now, so I'm not sure.
And can I just add as well that Saloon.tf are going to be covering this game, the one coming up, Wonderland versus Lego. So get on to Saloon.tf. Cherry's going to have that up in just a moment, so you can fill all your gambling desires.
Was this game up? Imagine that.
No, it wasn't. Sorry, because it was such late notice that the last team was going to be in there. He decided not to put this game on, but that would have been a great one, Funters.
Well, imagine the lift you could have had if you'd backed the underdogs Wonderland here. Playing without the King of Squirrels, you know, their star player. But somehow they managed to do it. Jack your legs teamwork. Let's take a look at the logs here from map 2. I guess. Can I whip them up? Do you have them, Sideshow?
Absolutely not.
I'm gonna go for the copy them out of the game chat.
Yeah, I'm copying them out of the Twitch chat as well.
Alright, logs coming up. Hopefully John has them too. I'm putting them in mumble anyway, and yeah, there's a scoreline 5-2. But top damage, big dog, Kuna 415 DPM,
Right, and look at
Wanzi
this.
right behind
Look
him.
at this. This is the thing. Like, if you hover over Kuna and hover over his the Demoman sign, right, and you see the amount of kills he gets with his pipes and the amount he gets with his stickies and the amount of damage he does with each. Now you compare that to Samira, who's like a more traditional Demoman style, and it's just the complete opposite. Actually, in this game, he didn't get enough frags and enough damage to really make the comparison valid. But Kuna, he gets like half or more than half of his damage and way more of his frags with the grenade launcher. It's such an unconventional style. It's so weird, but it's so fun to watch. And look at that KD, Admirable.
Ridiculous. 41 frags, 8 assists, and 13 deaths. I mean, you can make that happen if you just bait your team out all the time, but that doesn't even matter. If your team are laying their lives down for the big W, they've picked up 2 maps here off the back of it. Very effective. Wanzu doing a great job as well, combining with Kuna in a lot of situations. Trying to look at the scout stats here. Quad, I called him out last map. Didn't bottom frag. Did he? Who bottom fragged? Hold on, I'm getting myself together here. He was low. I don't know, I don't have a point here, Sideshow. Quad, step it up. I'm shaking my finger at the screen.
Yeah, Quad, he's not playing as well as you might expect, but he's backed up by Lupus, who's doing pretty well. So I think the pair of them together are playing perfectly fine, really. If you compare that to Repu and Craftas, I mean, they're dying so... Like, Craftas is dying all the time, just trying to get frags and moving ahead of his heals, and he's so disconnected, and Repu's just... It seems to be missing a lot of his shots, actually. He's really not performing as well as you'd expect for a Prem Scout duo there.
Yeah, look at the deaths. Craftas 31 deaths. Gagner 28 deaths. Feeding a little bit. He did get 32 frags. Well played, Caps. But yeah, we will be going to a second best of 3. I hear Steam pinging here. Let's try and figure out where the second fixture is. Where it's going down, Sideshow. I don't know, should we take a break? I'm going to keep talking. Tell me about the unlocks.
Oh, should we have a look at the unlocks? Should we discuss the unlocks in this downtime then? So we've got the Righteous Bison. I actually recommended this one to Sunny Black as something that you could add into the season because I really don't think it makes that much difference. It's the odd unlock for the soldier, you know? It replaces his shotgun or his gunboats or his Contra. They're going to be the 3 ones that most people are running in 6s. And I don't think anybody's going to choose to run the Righteous Bison, and if they do, I don't think it's going to have that much effect in the game, so why not add it? I don't think there's really too much to say about it. It goes through people, so if you spam it at chokes, it's going to do a fair bit of damage, but why would you ever be spamming your secondary at a choke anyway? Don't know, doesn't really make sense to me why anybody would choose it, but that's kind of the idea, right? Opening up the whitelist, etc. Sunny Black's just messaged me now saying, I'm considering removing the power jack again while you're on it. I don't think that's a good idea, really. I think the power jack's perfectly fine. Like, it doesn't make Pyro viable. It barely makes him viable. No, it really doesn't. Like, if you're going to run a Pyro and you win, then it's just because you are outplaying the team without the Pyro. I've run it so much recently, and it's just useless. Like, the situations in which it's viable are so remote and few and far between. that just adding in the power jack, just making him run like a little bit over the speed of a medic whenever you've got the weapon out, doesn't make any difference. Like, if you want to run into mid, perfectly fine, but they're still going to see him coming, and you're still just going to get a scout in your face, and you're going to die.
But
I
what
don't
if you
think
hit
it makes
that?
any difference.
What if you get the melee kill and then you get 75 health back, and then you do it again?
If you're going in for a melee kill on a pyro where you're a short range class anyway, you've got something wrong. Like, you've run out of ammo or something. I don't understand. I don't think it makes any difference. I don't think they should really remove it. It's another one of those unlocks that, yeah, you probably should be running it just because it makes the class better. Like, it's an upgrade really for the melee, not a side grade particularly. But I don't think it makes Pyro more viable. It just gives him slightly better mobility, which is only a nice thing. Like, if you want to run Pyro every now and then, I don't see why you should just be limited to the 4 classes which we've decided are the best. You know, if you want to win, fine, run a scout, run a soldier, but if you want to have some fun and run a pyro, then why not run into his best ability?
Yeah, I mean, Sonny Black foolishly asked me for some unlocks advice, and I said, you know, I don't really care about these unlocks that have an impact in the game. I proposed a list that included things like the Gunslinger, Jarati, the Phlogistinator, but this is a few of the things.
Yeah, you're crazy though, aren't you? You're insane.
Literally, anytime I'm not playing a season, I just demand that all the unlocks be added because I want to watch the clusterfuck that unfolds. But we do have now the Splendid Screen, which is probably like the worst shield. But that does mean demoing as an option. It could be something that's used for those like last pushes. Imagine running your demo man onto the point with the big old sword and shield, a fully buffed demo man with some damage resistance.
I don't know enough about the Splendid Screen to really have an opinion on it. What's different? Can you run me through how it compares to the Charge and Charge?
Well, like the Charge and Charge has got like 40% resistance or something that makes it really tanky. I felt, especially like in the terms of sixes where you've got fewer players to shoot at them. So I proposed just putting the Splendid Screen, which is maybe like a 20% explosive resistance or something like that, so you can still take a bit more damage, but not so much. But its upsides are that you can charge more frequently, and if you connect, it's the one if you ram someone with it, you can actually do damage and potentially get a frag, which I think, you know, is highly skilled. We want to see that, people getting charged down. I think it maybe has a faster charge rate for the charge mechanic. I think we're going to be staying on this server as well, which is good news. So we can continue to talk nonsense about unlocks that we don't really understand fully. But yeah, just slowly moving towards adding all the unlocks, because we know whenever the matchmaking of Apocalypse rolls around, there's going to be no restrictions really. Valve will be adding everything. Hopefully they'll rebalance some of them. But,
yeah, that's their idea, isn't it? To allow everything but have them all balanced nicely for matchmaking, which is a dream that's surely a few years away by now, but that's the vision, Admirable. That's the hope.
I don't understand why people are getting their fucking panties in a twist over the vaccinator. I play with it a lot in Highlander and stuff, and it is situationally viable, but it's really nothing to worry about. Like, I think it's an interesting mechanic. It's something to run against. The sort of, oh, we're going to wait 40 seconds for our Uber or crits or whatever, so you can make a lot of plays within that time, and it's not overpowered like the quick fix. But like you say, man, generally ideal to run in those desperate situations where you've got smashed on middle or you've lost your medic and you're just trying to scramble to make something happen. So I think it's going to be interesting to see how teams deal with it. It is powerful if you're if you're not used to playing against it, but like really all you need to do is move in and focus down the medic with like 2 types of damage, because you can only block one at a time. So like if you're pushing with an Ubered Scout and an Ubered Soldier, you're going to get that medic pick no problem. But if you panic and just send in your soldiers or all your explosive classes, they're going to shut you down pretty easily on that. And that's, I guess, interesting in sixes, because 50% of the classes are explosive damage based, right? So it could be powerful.
Yeah, and I think that's why people view Pyro as like an interesting off-class that could be effective if you give it these items, because it counters the Roman Soldier, which literally has no way of avoiding sending rockets at you, and you know, it counters the Demoman, who's completely projectile, but there's a bit more nuance to it than that. So the other unlocks allowed as well, Equalizer, which is just like when you're
shit
on
half
lower
of the
health.
escape plan.
Yeah, exactly. It's like when you're on lower health, it does more damage. So previously, before these two were split, the equalizer was phenomenal. It was such a good weapon, but slightly overpowered, perhaps slightly overpowered. And now the actual equalizer part of it. Would you ever use it, Admirable? I don't think it's useful in any way.
I mean, like, it's the thing that used to give the old equalizer its effectiveness was the fact that you could do big damage, but you're mobile. Like, you could actually chase people with your melee out and get those incredible frags. But you're just so slow. Like, even if you are on low health and you can do the high damage, you're never going to connect against a smart opponent. And if you do want to make that sort of suicidal melee play, sure, the unlock you want to use is the Margaret Gardner, but they didn't unban that one, did they?
I think they should have done, but apparently there's some kind of bug you were saying, so I don't really know.
So Sonny Black says. Sonny Black
I think he's just scared.
Like, he's the guy who is making the decisions as head admin about what unlocks are going to be added, but most of them, he didn't really have a clue to a lot of their effects and stuff. Like, I had a long debate with him about, that the Vaccinator wasn't overpowered, give it a shot. But yeah, Sonny Black, I'm calling you out. You need to step it up, man. I want to see you grinding on those Valve servers, trying out every single unlock for long periods of time. You can have a valid opinion. What other ones are there added there, Sideshow?
Both of the swords for the Demo Man as well. Kind of necessary if you're going to add in a shield, which allows him to charge really quickly. But the Claymore and the Islander as well. So I actually don't know the difference between the two. I know what the Islander does. What's the Claymore?
I don't think it has the same sort of thing where you can get the heads like the Islander. It's just more of a general sword. I'll tell you what, Sideshow, I'll look it up and I'll tell you. But interestingly, in the ESEA whitelist, they just allow up most of those swords and shields. They have the charge and stuff, but it doesn't get much run out since the days of Solid Snake, the old complexity demo man.
Yeah, I think you've got to be a bit special to choose it over the sticky launcher, don't you? I mean, Kuna, maybe we'll see Kuna run that kind of a loadout because his pipes is just ridiculous.
The Claymore. You get 0.5 second increase in your charge duration, so you can charge for longer. And every kill you get a quarter of your charge meter back, but you start off with 15 less health. So I'm sure we're going to see a lot of subtle demo night plays. So that'll definitely come in.
I've just been linked a ferociously angry comment as well from a concerned individual of ETF2L saying, Josh, you can get 2.5 charges before you get into mid with the Vaccinator. So as you're building away to mid, you can get 2.5 charges. That's 16 seconds of 75% resistance of bullet off
Yes,
the projectile.
But
you have no buffs.
Have no fucking buffs.
You have no buffs. You're completely weak as you arrive at mid, and you would have to use the charges perfectly just to keep your team alive, never mind win the mid. People look into this a little bit too much without considering a holistic view of the mid fight, the whole thing.
One thing that is interesting, well, I suppose this is more Highlander related, but if you are playing with the Vaccinator as medic and you have the bullet resistance on, the sort of the passive 10%, it allows you to tank a headshot, which is pretty useful. It gives you over 150 health, or relatively, it lowers the damage of the sniper headshot, but you don't see snipers that often in 6v6, but it's definitely something to consider. Gives you a little bit of freedom against snipers, as long as they aren't charging those shots.
There's 28 out of 500 bets been made on the Wonderland versus Lego game, so I'll spam the link in the chat again, and if you want to bet on the outcome of this game and who is going into Prem in Season 21 between these two teams, feel free to put your money where your mouth is. If you want to keep spamming on Twitch chat, at least put some items behind it. Show us that you're committed to the team you're supporting. What are your predictions, Admirable, for this game? What do you know about the Lego and what they've been doing in the off season and how they're prepared for Season 21?
Well, the big headline is that they no longer have Italian Super Scout Sorex playing for them. I'm not sure why, but they do have Helleberg back. aka Ronnie O'Sullivan, and he had left due to internet issues, I believe, but he seems to have remedied them. He's sitting on the server here with 25 pings, so that's going to be nice. But that does increase the Dane count in the team again. So now you have Krizzle, Beater, Phil, and Helberg all repping Denmark. Danmark Vinder. Seppu is Finnish, right? And then they have the Irish Josh, who, you know, I hold a special flame for. But I'm not sure about the results pre-season. I understand it's still going to be Beater Medic. I'm not sure who's playing Pocket or Roamer. Last season, it started off with Josh and Pocket, then Krizzle switched up to Pocket, and Josh seemed to have more luck playing the flank with Sorex, but I really have no idea how they're going to play, is what I'm trying to say, Sideshow, in the longest winded way possible.
Yeah, I played against them a little bit. They do seem, again, to be the weakest team in Prem this season. They did finish last place last time, and their flank's a little bit weaker than it was, I think. With the absence of Sorex, they lack that driving force forwards that Sorex always was, kind of dragging them along with them. But I think that they're probably better than the team they're facing at the moment, Wonderland. They've got the experience of playing together a little bit, but I'm reluctant to rule them out, really. I think Wonderland have definitely got the ability to out-DM them and just kind of run into their faces and exploit the holes in Lego's flank, particularly. Because if you look at the Scout v Scout that they've got going on here, the Quad and Lupus against Seppu and Zen, isn't it? Is it Zen? I think it is.
It's going to be Seppu and Helberg.
Oh, Helberg, right? Yeah, sorry. Helberg. So, Seppu and Helberg, I don't think they're quite as good as the people they're up against right now. Seppu's pretty good and Helberg's about on the same level, but if Quad and Lupus are playing on the game, then they've got them in terms of raw DM ability, I think. They can probably just kind of force the fights and make things a bit easier for their combo by wrecking them on the flank a little bit. And since they're playing Snakewater as well, Sniper's going to come into it. So Helberg's pretty phenomenal, but Lupus and Quad can both hit their shots as well. So I don't think they really have an advantage there, Lego. They're going to have to try and play together with a bit more team synergy.
If Helberg gets a chance to snipe, you know, it could be game over. Easily his best class, but his scout is pretty solid. But I feel like, you know, historically Lego have been this really negative team. In the way they played, they seemed scared to take a lot of fights. But last season, they had the addition of Sorex and Josh, two very aggressively minded players that, in my mind at least, made the difference. But now, you know, they're sitting here with some of the old guard. They've got Krizzle, Phil, Helberg, who I think still, you know, live in the shadow of F2 at Natural, where they're like constantly reluctant to push. Hopefully they can, you know, find some balls, but if they get caught in two mines or they're trying to play defensively, I think they could definitely get overrun by this sort of ascendant Wonderland team who are surely full of confidence right now, man.
Oh yeah, they've got to be. That's the thing as well. They've just had a brilliant warm-up where they've had a chance to look at the problems they've got as a team in a high-pressure situation, and they've been filled with confidence as they've managed to make their way into the second best of three. And now only one more team and one best of three, possibly even only two maps, stand between them and making the Premiership division of Season 21, and that's got to fill them with a bit of confidence, a bit of motivation, and they're going to be fired to win this map. Of course, they also have Kuna, who's just going to absolutely beast on these mid fights. I can see it. He's going to be the player to watch as you approach this Snakewater mid. He's just going to be firing pipes out left, right, and center, and he's going to be connecting most of them, I think. I mean, it's traditionally a Demoman map, but only really because stickies can do so much damage. But I've seen Kuna play this, and he is still pretty good.
I can't tell you that the maps will be Snakewater, as you might have guessed, and then Gullyosh with a Granary Decider, and the admins decided to renege on their decision to put Granary in and whip out Granary Pro after a bit of a community backlash there. So if it does go to a Granary, I'm assuming it's going to be the Pro version, which we did see in the show match a few days ago. So I'll be happy to see more of that, Sideshow.
Absolutely, and a new map is out as well, CP Granary Pro B9, so I haven't had a chance to have a look around it actually because it's just been released today, I think, maybe even late today, so I haven't looked around it, but I imagine that Dagger's fixed some of the issues that we've highlighted on the European side, because it's only recently just been brought to his attention and the European attention. Really, before that, it's been played almost exclusively by the American teams since Dagger's Canadian himself, and most of the discussion's been on Team Fortress TV. But I think he's had a rethink of the spawn doors. I think is going to be one of the biggest things that he was targeted to fix.
People miss being able to run in around there and cause mayhem.
Yeah, they did. It's like a nice little place to get behind everybody, isn't it?
Yeah. I just want to tell you, Sideshow, that I'm standing here at my standing desk in a wife beater, wearing a pair of old shorts with a pair of slipper socks on. I look quite the sight. I'm interested now. What are you wearing right now, Sideshow?
This is descending into some kind of dating. So Admirable, I'm wearing a silky blue top. That
is that a pajama top?
No, it's not. It's a polo top and some trousers, which you'll be pleased to know. The teams have told me that they've just gone live as well, so we should be ready in about 90 seconds. But
90 seconds to take those trousers off, buddy.
I've been disconnected from the server as my tier 2 crashed, so I'm afraid you're gonna have to talk me through your predictions for this game.
I guess I'll introduce us, since this is another best of 3. We'll have another VOD, I suppose. This is teamfortress.tv with Admirable, Sideshow. We got Onkaya on the camera, but John running production on the stream. You know, we're using that new magic mirror technology, courtesy of the Supreme Commander. But this is the ETF2L Season 21, powered by TT Esports. This is the Premiership Qualifiers. We've just seen Wonderland, the underdogs, come up and kill off the dreams of Revoluzion on the metagame. Now they have to play against the end boss, Lego. The winner of this best of 3 will go into the Premiership, the ultimate division in European TF2. But it all starts here on map 1, Snake War. You ask me who I think is going to win? I'm going for Wonderland, baby.
Supporting the underdog. So I'm going to put my money on the old guard of Lego then. And what's happened? Everyone seems to have disappeared from the server. Are they switching servers?
Oh dear.
Where have they gone? Lego are disconnecting. Josh and Dr. Phil nowhere to be found.
I'm gonna message Phil. Obviously we're 90 seconds behind. Thanks to STV. Quad also joining spectators. There's some sort of protest going on here. The pings look fine.
They're all still in the server. They've just joined spec for some reason. I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe they're all specking somebody, trying to detect whether they have hacks or something.
Phil says they're just waiting for them. Oh, they're going live now. Maybe it's this Wanzu character, you know, strange circumstances where he wasn't able to play on his own Steam account. Apparently had been hijacked.
And then just their team
like a code word for Backband.
Yeah, and then their team win and upset the RLM squad. Maybe wall hacks. Maybe a projectile aimbot. Maybe he's been talking to board.
That's still a touchy subject, man, you know.
It's very... Our cameraman here doesn't want to give away any secrets.
You don't want Droso writing you an angry email or, following you around.
Letterbox.
Telling you of Bod's innocence 24/7. I still believe Bod was innocent, but is it true that Onkaya revealed some of the details of Bod's ban at Info Showland, or is that just, an absolute lie?
He did. He wouldn't reveal it completely, but he basically told us that he has a projectile aimbot and banned him for that.
Is it legit? Do you believe him?
Yeah, I think I do. Onkaya looked very, very honest as he stared at me and said that he wouldn't tell me anything, and then winked.
I love them in Hannibal, but right now the game will be getting underway. I believe the 90 seconds should be expiring soon. I see it in the live logs as well, unless I need to refresh that. I hear one team ready and upside, so I think things are going to get underway. Bam! The game has started. This is Lego versus Wonderland. The winner of this best of 3 going to Prem. It's time to get hype, Sideshow.
Absolutely. I am going to be following Kuna to mid. He's just led his team to a phenomenal upset against RLM, and I want to see what he can pull out on this mid fight. He's been putting out big damage numbers all throughout tonight. And he's putting some spam up on that top right hand side, trying to deny the soldier there that's going aggressive, but Lupus is the first casualty, and Hellbert's going to drop down to get the frag onto Grabber as well. Josh comes in to pick down Quad, and this is going to like a collapse here from Wonderland. Oh, and Jackie Legs is trying to recover it by going in there onto Beta. Does manage to get the frag though. Big plays from Jackie Legs, about the only player on their team able to come out with anything.
Jackie Legs' talents are wasted in the high division. He should be in Prem, but we did see Wanzu standing in the corner there with his black box. Does manage to trade with Josh, but that's not going to stem the tide of Lego players that come rolling in here. They've managed to take control of CP4, and they have a sort of effective contain here on Wonderland. They're regrouping, they're waiting for their medic beater, they're trying to build up that charge. Both medics running the normal medigun right now. So we're probably going to see a little bit of a stalemate, especially now that we realise Lupus is going to snipe and Quad will be playing the heavy weapons guy. Even though they have an uber advantage, they're running these utility classes. I don't agree with that, but you know, I'm an elitist, Sideshow.
I don't really think they
want to be ready to go.
Pushing out with a small uber advantage. Yeah, I don't think they should be pushing out from Snakewater last time. Not as gung-ho attitude as you. I don't think they should be pushing out with that uber advantage, but maybe prod into lobby, see if they can get a pick. I do agree they're sitting a little bit passive based on the fact that they had like a 20-25% uber advantage there, but they're playing it safe. They don't want to start this off with a round lost due to an overextension, which some of the players on their team are really rather apt to do given the opportunity. And now Lego going to take the room in the lobby, peeking through that right hand side. There's nobody really watching lower if anyone went to flank, but Jackie Legs is just sat on that top right hand side from the defender's perspective.
Oh man, waiting for Lego to push. It's like watching paint dry. This is the Lego I remember.
This is classic. You said that it's the old guard. Sorex isn't here to lead them all through the shutter door and just try and kill everybody.
He would already ran in and killed 3, and they'd be like, okay, maybe we can push now, guys.
Josh is going in for a sack, but instantly gets killed by a sticky trap, and that's going to mean that Legos sit around for another 5 minutes and do nothing. This is, do you know what, Admirable? It's like watching American TF2.
That was the tag bomb. It didn't work out right there. Josh is going to respawn, he's got the opportunity to off-class, and he's going to go spy. That's the standard Irish play for sure, but Lupus is taking the wide angle here. He's pushed up on the right hand side in the defender's perspective. He's got vision of the door, he can see Beater through that fence, but he's decided to go back. He's outstayed his welcome. He realised his position had been called, and he's going to regroup with his team, but are they going to get suspicious now? Josh is just waiting for his spy to charge up. He's getting ready to move in. He's creeping his way in here.
What is he doing? Well, he must be able to call here that Lupus is peeking bottom, so they're not going to lose anybody to Lupus on Sniper right now. Josh is going to slowly, really slowly make his way in. Really slowly.
He's got his ghillie suit on, man. He's trying to camouflage here with all these blades of grass.
He's working just his way sneaking up behind them. I'd love just to find him there. He just shot one and it almost hit him.
Going for the point.
Interesting that Wanzu's actually running the black box conch thing as well. I think Josh is just sat there waiting for his thing to recharge, and then he'll make a play onto Grabber. But Grabber's positioned himself quite well. There's no way he's going to drop anybody there, but he could definitely get...
What was that?
Did Kuna just look behind and tried to fire a band, right?
You're getting banned.
And now he's looking forward, like nobody else is spy checking. He just decided to fire a pipe behind. Oh, what's going on there? Josh is coming in behind. He's you can see the exposed backs of Quad and Kuna, but he's not going to be able to get onto the Grabber.
Any pick would be good in this situation, because he's going to create the distraction. They have to turn around to deal with him, and he'll at least get that frag. Oh, that was very noisy. That was very noisy.
There we go.
No distraction. There's no teamwork built around that spy play. Like Josh is just in there on his own. There's nobody like making noise for him to decloak or trying to distract or anything. He's just sitting in there to try and heal Miri, but like nothing came of it. And wow, classic Lego stalemate here. Boom, another headshot. There.
Lupus takes down the scout of Sefu, and at some point here they've got to start prodding out Wonderland. Oh, actually, Hellberg just balls deep on the right-hand side through that shutter door. Takes a while for Kuna and Quad to secure that frag, but they do actually manage it, and now they're going to be sending out somebody of their own. They're going to be trying to sack into them. No, they've taken Uber fight in upper lobby. The passive play from Lego has forced Wonderland to try and get aggressive here and make something happen, but Wanzu's committed way too far to this, I think. Way too far. They got baited into upper lobby.
Josh the Ninja Heavy just standing there on the boxes with his minigun spun up as the Uber tried to push hard there. And this is like this is where LEGO are most comfortable letting people come at them in a slight defensive fashion. They've managed to get a truckload of frags there. Quad's gonna respawn and die again, and LEGO, they made it work, man. They played a long game, but they've gotten first round on the board.
They definitely went for the long con, and I think it says a lot about the inexperience of the Wonderland team there that they got baited into it, because it was a situation where they didn't have a big advantage, and they pushed in and they tried to do too much with their Uber charge, and they just got completely baited into overextending, and they need to be careful with that, because that is LEGO's bread and butter.
Right now I'm checking out the position of Josh. He's top left. Just spamming a few rockets here, trying to do damage to Quad. He's going to get that frag, in fact. And now he's contesting the high ground. He's raining down rockets onto Kuna and Grabba. Lupus is trying to jump up to fight him. Lupus avenges his fallen scout partner. Krizzle now tries to jump up, but Lupus is raping these soldiers. Sorry, Trigger. But right now, Peter, Phil and Helberg looking to retreat into Saw Room. Helberg actually decides to go lower. He's survived so far, but they've had to give up the point. But the cap's only really starting now. And both teams have their Uber charge. Kuna's thinking of pushing here, but he's like, well, most of my team are still up. I can't go huge yet. He has to let them all die first and then go for the big plays.
Yeah, that's the idea. He only knows how to play when he's the only one alive and has to go 6v1. It's the pressure that makes him play well. So they are going to be prodding into the other team here, though.
He's got the Conqueror. He hasn't got a build up yet.
He's still running it. He was running it during that Uber charge as well, and just had to use it to try and get himself out of the situation. But it's definitely something that they could make work. I don't think he was using it in the previous best of 3, actually. I think he might have actually read LEGO and just thought, like, if you're going to play a really stalematy map and allow loads of spam to be traded without anybody pushing, I'm going to abuse that by running the Contra, which works perfectly in that situation, and we can break the stalemate that way. They really need to be putting a lot of heals on him and letting him get spam damage out, because he could build up that thing in no time in a situation like this, but instead they're putting the heals onto Lupus to try and break it that way.
Yeah, this is turning into a little bit of a chess
Jackie Legs is in, and they've forced the Uber. He jumped out from window and got that, but they're forcing the aggression into them when they have a sniper as well. I really don't think that was a great idea, but they've sacked their pocket Krizzle in to force the Uber charge out, and now Wanzu's again going to have a bit of a wasted Uber, and they're 5v5, and now Lupus is on the field as a sniper as well. This is a situation. Oh, Lupus hitting the shot, actually. He's doing his job in the DM fight. And this might turn the tide of the battle in favour of... oh, there's another headshot ringing out. Lupus onto Josh from fairly close range as well. So the sniper that you would theoretically think to be a bit of a disadvantage in that 5v5 team fight situation actually playing out perfectly well for Wonderland.
Yeah, it was a tough situation for LEGO, but maybe their best option was just to try and close the distance on the sniper, like jump everyone in, go and contest him on the right hand side and hope that he doesn't hit any shots, but they really gave him so much room there. The heavies didn't set up any frags for their scouts, they just sat back spamming from distance, and wow, you know what, distance, man, sniper probably wins a lot of those fights.
Yeah, definitely. They baited the Uber out of Wanzu, but then they should have gone into them as soon as the Uber faded. Anyway, the score 1-1, 10 minutes has been knocked off. It's a little bit of a slow game at the moment, but I have a feeling the momentum is about to ramp up. Josh jumping in, gets blocked a bit by Lupus, but he's allowed the rest of his team to go forward. The frags are not quite going their way, but they've got all the position, and now the frags should really go the other way in favour of LEGO. Lupus and Wanzu, the only players really left in to contest, as Jackie Legs hides as well. Oh, Jackie Legs is now committing. They're going to try and get onto B to beat it down to 45 health. 28 gets taken down, and now they're going to be trying to mop up the rest of the frags and secure the mid for Wonderland. And they've managed to do that. That's some nice aggression at the end of the fight. It was quite well timed as well. They all went in at the same time. I'm impressed. That's more of a team play than we've seen all night, really.
Beautiful stuff from Wonderland. They are, they're emerging here from the Chrysalis. They're coming out as a Prem team, a beautiful Prem butterfly. Currently it is 1-1, 20 minutes left on the clock, and that cap had quite a lot of time to decay on it, so it took our middle winners, Wonderland, a significant amount of time, so much so that LEGO have managed to respawn all 6 here to hold second. They're not really even that far off the Uber race. All they need to do is try and spam, buy a little bit of time here, and they should have that Uber versus Uber fight that they love so much, but they do have Hellberg sniping here.
He's getting ready to take Grabber out. Oh, Grabber goes down to 9 health and actually pops the Uber before Hellberg can even get in there. So the counter Uber going to come out of beta, but he's already dropped 2 of his players. The 2 players on the flank there, Josh and Seth, Bulch getting mulched. And they do manage to find a return frag onto quad, but everybody from Wonderland has got the position on the point. And the 3 players remaining alive, Hellberg the sniper, one of them, are going to be facing a conch here as One2 pops it off, and they're going in from that right hand side from the defender's perspective. Hellberg going down really weak, and they need to start getting more people into this. They need Winner and Lupus in as well, as the dregs of this contra come into play and Lego get their spawners. The position is going to work out here, I think, for Wonderland. Lupus plays the point well, and 2-1 the scoreline. Lego need to step things up if they want to retain that Prem spot.
Well played by Wonderland, you know, using the full complement of unlocks available to them. I saw Crizzle checking Spy there at the start, so he knows that it is Metagun versus Metagun here in middle, but the demo fight is underway. Kuna catches a long range sticky from Phil, but Phil isn't going to step forward here. He's trying to focus quad up top. Oh, quad. Rookie mistake there. Takes his eye off the demo mana and pays for it with his life. Jackie Leg is going to jump in onto Beater though, and he's forcing him around. Nobody's reacting in time. Jackie Leg gets an easy medic pick there, and now Sepu will avenge Beater, but with the medic down on both sides, it's probably not going to matter that much. But this is the Kuna situation. His whole team are dead now. His superpowers activate. He's got a 1 frag onto Hellberg. He's actually in a 4k on this middle. And he's trying to contest Phil. Phil's looking to cap it off here. He's got the pain tree and he's probably going to get it. Quad's coming in though. Phil, wow, Phil lands a pipe onto Kuna, but will surely die to quad here.
You could just clip that little section there. Wow, Phil lands a pipe. He could use that in his track movie, I think.
That should be his hit sign.
Yeah, he did win that 1v1 versus Kuna. Kuna dribbled a little bit, didn't hit a single point of damage, which is unlike him, but that's just the way it happens with pipes sometimes, you know. You either hit 0 damage or 100 damage. You either spank them or you miss everything. But they're going to come back in. Kuna's going to be a little bit late in the fight, but the rest of their team making a bit of room. Lupus again running that sniper, and it's worked out for them previously. It's not hindered them in any of the team fights that they're taking, and it hasn't stopped them playing aggressively, really. They're not afraid to bomb people in even when they're running that sniper. They're content to leave it to Lupus to still hit those shots in the midst of the chaos, and that's what they're going to rely on him to do. The Ubers are equal, and they might just wait for Lupus to get a pick, or they might bomb in Jackie Legs as well.
It's creeping forward. Why are they not? Oh, they're not spamming him, but he gets a shot off, but doesn't actually get a frag. He really takes a lot of health off Phil though, but Crizzle getting aggressive here. I like it. He wants to initiate the pocket plays, but the Uber is almost over by the time he gets the force out. A good few seconds milked by Grabba. Crizzle is surely going to die here. He does go down. Kuna claims that frag. Settled is quite far forward in grass here, and he's going to get focused down as a result. And Lego find himself a man down. They've got Josh stuck in a corner. He gets head up. Phil's starting to walk forward, but he's very weak here. And Lego are really trying to force the issue here when they're already at a man disadvantage, and they just keep losing all of these engagements. They're taking more damage than they're putting out, and I think very justified here that Wonderland have emerged victorious and are now pushing on to their last.
Yeah, only Sepulch and Crizzle were left alive to defend this, and they're just playing the point before the spawners can get in. 3 on the scoreline. They've got to be careful that they don't let it run away from them here, Lego. They need to start putting under defense now. Wonderland looking like they've really got the team fight potential to take this away from them without too much of a struggle even.
Like Crizzle wanted to go in there and take the Uber trade because he knew there was a sniper close, but Lupus had backed off just at the second he went in, and it was like a blind Uber from Beater as well. He just popped when he could have walked forward a lot more, but really made it tough for them. They lost the players, but now we're on to another mid fight, and it is 3-1 in favour of Wonderland here, as we see a big bomb forward from Josh, but no one in his team is going to follow up on that. Phil's gone down, meanwhile the Jackie Legs, who managed to get a result with his bomb. Lego haven't taken the hint here and backbet when 3 of their players died. They're going to stay in and they're going to die as the team, and I can respect that. You know, I can get behind that Sideshow, but
I can get behind that if they're focusing down the right players, but Helmut bombs in to try and get the frag on Quad, who's being healed all the time. You've already lost your medic, and there's a few other players in there trying to actually
Danish
take
rivalry, man.
fights.
Danish rivalry, you know.
Oh. It's just like, why are they taking these useless fights at the end of the... What does it matter if they kill Quad at the end of that mid-fight? It matters absolutely naught. They have to go in there and try and get down Grabber, or at least, you know, put some pressure on someone so that you open up for another player on your team to try and get the force or the frag on the Grabber. They're just taking these useless fights and focusing down the wrong players and not playing together. Oh, there's the frag though! There's the sniping coming into its own, and Hellberg takes a fully charged body shot there onto Grabber. The drop skis coming out from the medic of Wonderland there, and they are just kind of milling around. They don't really know what to do. They're backing off, but see, if LEGO were pushing hard here, they could get so many frags from the Wonderland players. They're all out of position. They're now setting up a defense. They're now in position. But there was an opportunity of 5-10 seconds there where they could have pushed forward. I think LEGO were kind of waiting for the aggression to come out, but it never materialized.
Crizzle pre-fires a rocket into the corner there, guessing that Lupus is going to be hiding. Kills him off with the shotgun, but Kuna's just been standing here behind this wooden fence, seemingly invisible, predator-like. He just turned around and he's starting to slay these noobs. His plasma cannon. Josh just come in, he sees Kuna there. Kuna drops down 7 health underneath. LEGO do get the cap, but at what cost? They've lost their medic. Did kill off Grab, although that will even things up a little bit. But Dr. Phil is really praying to God that that medpac's going to spawn. It does. But it doesn't matter. Lupus runs in and guns him down. Wanzi whips out the big air shot there to deny the threat from behind. I think it was Josh or Phil. One of them anyway.
That was Crizzle. Crizzle came in for the bomb, and Wanzi just 180 air shot him, just flicked around and droid Crizzle. So he's managed to neutralize the defense there from LEGO. And a nice repush, and now Grabber is running the crits creek, so they're getting ready. They're sick of all this stalemate and waiting around. They want to make it 4-1 really quickly. They're going to run Kuna in from probably the left-hand side there and try and get some crits kills. So Beast is going to be the intended target, but they need to watch out for the sniper from Hellberg and Josh as well, who's going to be supporting him. So that crits creek is going to be up fairly soon, but Beta is also building fairly quickly, so... Oh, he's actually transitioned into kind of a forward hold here, so this is great. I don't know whether they know they have crits creek. They're holding quite far back. I'm surprised that LEGO have the information, but they do have their overcharge up. And now the conch crits play is coming in from the right-hand side, actually, to take down Dr. Phil straight away. The counter Uber coming out here, and the frag's kind of going the way of LEGO, but it's still a little bit messy, and they're going to try and push in, but they're being locked out by these crit stickies, and nobody can help Seppu. Oh, there's the frags onto both of their scouts, and now they're going to push in. Kuna taking all the heals and trying to get the pipe damage, but Grabber's playing the point instead of putting heals on him. Nice pipe from Kuna, but no follow-up.
Solid hold from Crizzle there. He did enough to beat back those blue invaders. We see Quad taking a peek in there onto last, but he realizes he's probably going to need to regroup. We need that the magic pipes of their talismanic demo man Kuna. Here we see LEGO uncharacteristically considering a push. They're starting to walk forward here, and they don't even have an Uber charge. What's going on here?
They're really making things happen. They're sick of the slow, stalematey situation we've had for the beginning half of the map. They want things to be happening quickly, even if that means they lose. They're ready to put their necks on the line to make the action happen here for our Twitch compadres. Kuna jumps out, spamming pipes behind him. Dr. Phil taking the room very quickly and efficiently given to him by Wonderland there, and they're going to be able to pick up this mid point. Grabber's going to have his Uber though, and with 10 minutes left on the clock, score 3-1. LEGO have got to shift from, you know, their really passive gear that they're most comfortable playing at to really starting to bring the fights to Wonderland.
Good spam coming out from Kuna here to make LEGO think twice about pushing in, but Phil and Crizzle are working their way forward. Kuna's got a 4 sticky trap there on the steps. Dr. Phil has committed so far that essentially Beater has to go in an Uber here. It's going to be Crizzle and Beater taking the full Uber in. Crizzle gets air shot twice whilst invulnerable, but eventually goes down on the med pack. And Josh coming in as well. Throughout all that, Seppu's gone down. LEGO lose 3 and have yet to find a frag. Lupus goes down just as I say that, but Beater is the only man left alive. Dr. Phil going down and trading with Lupus. Beater is he going to get chased? The forward spawn's just about to come in. It's Josh and Crizzle back on the field. Jackie Legs is already flanking them. He's coming in from behind, undetected. He's just going to walk and he's not even going to jump. Doesn't want to give it away. Whiffs the air shot but connects with the third rocket. Gets that all-important medic pick yet again. Jackie Legs, you could just be my player of the evening. Well,
yeah,
Kuna's pretty good too.
Yeah, both of them have played really well, and they've been saving situations for their team. So big Uber advantage here. They have the health advantage as well, and you know, the constant healing that they can give out. But they're not playing with it. Both of these players on the flank are going to get caught out. No, quad escapes on 1 HP. So lucky or unlucky, depending on which team you're supporting here. Quad escapes, and they're not given an opportunity to push here, Lego, so they just have to wait for the supercharge to come into them, and it's going to be over grass. Wonsu's leading it forward. He does have his conch as well. I'm not sure whether it's actually up. We can't tell from spectate here. Josh gets a frag onto Lupus, but one's going to reply, surely. Oh, but in the meantime, Grabber's dropped. Crizzle bombs in. I didn't see it, and Grabber has dropped his overcharge. This is a horrific situation for...
Phil pipes Jackie legs. Jackie jumps again, but gets gunned down there by Seppi. But nice air shot coming out. Uh-oh, Wandu's just stepped in from the little ledge there, but somehow Beater manages to survive, steps back, the kit respawns, he's going to get it. Now Quad's coming in. They hear that medic squeak, but immediately denied by Crizzle. Great protection coming out. And somehow Lego find themselves in a position to retake middle. It's actually looking okay for them here, man. There's still 2 rounds down, but there are 8 minutes left on the clock, and they have a huge Uber advantage and man advantage.
Yeah, if they can push this forward, if they can push this forward without getting sniped by Lupus and without Beta dropping, they can definitely take second here. Oh my god, there goes the pocket. They need to be pressing forward though. Even so, they need to go forwards even if they Uber really early. Oh, Lupus gets really cheeky and tries to take the oh, what an air shot! That was nice from Josh onto Jackie Legs, and Jackie Legs escapes. He's out. Josh is going to be chasing down that frag. He really wants it, but Jackie Legs is out of there, nowhere to be found. And now Grabber's going to have his Uber up as well. They've taken second, but at what cost? They're going to be pushed out on very quickly by Wonderland. Josh is in for the bomb. He wants it onto Grabber. He can't believe that Jackie Legs got out previously after that air shot, and he's chasing down any frag he can. But Grabber's going to have that Uber, and they're going to get ready to push back out. Jackie Legs is far forward.
He's getting the all-important intel for his team. He's trying to relay what he sees, and from that you can just see that Lego are playing super defensively. Rightly so, they're trying to build up that charge. They want to equal up this Uber battle, but from the sort of Wonderland perspective here, you know, I'd be more than happy to just sit, park the bus, keep running that clock down. 2-round lead is more than enough to play with on Snake War. Last defenses are... they are real. Very possible, very commonplace. Even without an Uber charge, and they're sitting here, Uber versus Uber, they can sit back and run that clock down indefinitely, I think.
Yeah, they've definitely got the opportunity to do it here. It's been gifted to them, and Josh takes down Kuna. Was that an air shot there as well, or was that just a drop by Grabber?
Big drop. It's just that both soldiers jumped in at the same time and focused them down, but Grabber wasn't healing Kuna at the time, didn't pop in time. And just off the back of that, nice focus fire from Lego, and they've got themselves back in the game here. Only around 6 minutes 30 seconds left on the clock. Has the penny finally dropped from Lego? They need to be aggressive. It's working, man. I want to believe.
Yeah, 3-2. They can definitely come back into this. 6.5 minutes remaining. They need a decent mid-fight here. If Kuna and the rest of his troublesome squad manage to pick up a wipe on this mid-fight, it could be curtains for them if they play the time effectively, but Josh is going to be bombing in. He's bringing the aggression to them, gets onto people, but he's not done really very much damage with that bomb either. Crizzle's taking the fight on Jackie Legs. Oh, but Lego are all spread out. Lego have not pushed forward with each other here, and they've allowed themselves to be picked up and on the flank here. Everybody on really weak health, but again, the players from Wonderland not able to bunch up and do enough damage to everybody. Everyone really weak on Lego by the end of that fight, but they couldn't actually convert it to frags.
Wanzu's going to go down late as well, so he's not going to be back on the field for 15 seconds. Lego should be pushing already. They're going to keep going left again. I mean, they seem to be scared of the grass push, but somehow they managed to make it in here totally undetected from the left. But Kuna with the debt does catch Crizzle, so pocket down for Lego here as they pop off their charge. But Grab has an Uber of his own. He's going to surf one projectile. His teammates are trying to crush the flank here, and they do chase down Josh. Lupus, having killed off Seppu, is going to cut off the escape of Beater and Phil here. Phil's just trying to go in and trade. They know it's a desperate situation. He's looking to do as much damage as possible, but just look at all those blue players swarming around their medic, Grabba and lower. Nice push there. They're going to clean up the threat. but Beater survives, so it's going to be neck and neck in terms of Uber, but territory lost there by Lego.
They've given up all of that ground. Kuna is so far forward. Look, he's just miles away from the rest of his team. He's a pick if Lego ever want to extend into him and try and make something happen. But he's constantly pressing forward. I get the feeling that he's taking less heals this map and giving more over to 1-2 to take the Uber charges. But look at those pipes. He just picks up both of the soldiers just from randomly spamming through cheese. I don't understand how he gets some of these kills, but he's playing the routes that people normally take to back off, I think, and he's just spamming them perfectly and just picking up really random frags. An Uber charge fight on last. The spawn still 2 seconds away from both of these soldiers. If they can get the frag onto the Seppos, they may be able to play this point. Both of the soldiers now come in. They need to focus them down and play the point. Can Crizzle save this for his team? He's getting all the heals from Hellberg. It's 3v3. Now Dr. Phil comes in for the spawn, and surely this is going to be the cleanup crew arriving for Lego. Lupus and Grabber, the only players left alive. Grabber actually manages trade with the medic. So that's both of the medics down, and can the spawners here from Wonderland pick it up? They shouldn't really be going in here. After Grabber managed to trade with Beta, they should just play the fact that they're on that they're 3-2 up and they have control of second, but it was looking crazy there for both teams for a while.
Yeah, Grabber maybe a missed opportunity to go crits. Beater spawns on crits but then switches to Medigun, but it's a 20% advantage here for Grabber. They've decided to run Lupus as sniper as well, and they're sitting really defensive here. Like, they could be going into the lobby in the knowledge that they're playing against Lego. Like, they're going to be given a lot of space, but as I say that, in fact, Lego start to walk forward. Phil and Crizzle looking to fill the void here in the lobby. Seppi's taking a peek from the right hand side, but he's going to find a big body shot from Lupus, so I imagine they're going to just scuttle back to last here, climb inside their shells again. Dr. Phil still he's holding a vigil here in lobby. He's got a sticky trap that he wants to det, but he's pre-firing some rollers here as well to try and discourage Lupus, but his stickies, they've been spotted out. Quad sees them. I think we're just going to see the game slow down a little bit. Exactly in the moment when Lego need to be trying to make something happen. There's only 2 minutes 20 seconds left. This is the first map of this best of 3. If they lose this, they're just really putting the pressure on themselves. Why not go for it? You're in a losing position right now anyway. Just roll the dice, see what happens, Sideshow.
Yeah, they have to, and they're going to be pushing out into the sniper, which is going to force them to either pop early or just risk dropping, but it's a risk they have to take. There's a minute and 58 seconds left, and they need to pick a round off the back of it. I mean, even if they're going to roll it all the way through, it's still going to take them a minute in order to do that. So they really have to make something happen, and they shouldn't be allowing Lupus the time to get these picks, because that means that they have even less of a chance now of pushing out. I mean, there's only 40 seconds before they're literally forced to do it, and so why not take a 6v6? Why give them the opportunity to get a frag on you? They need to grow some balls here, the Lego team. They need to start moving out. Hellberg's respawned on Scout, from Sniper. So now is the time for them to go. The sticky's blown and Kuna doesn't pick anybody up. He jumps out. Uber trade happening on second right now. Admirable. Can they make it work? Lupus still picking off people. Hellberg gets the frag, and Quad's gone down as well. They might be able to do this. Kuna and Grabber, the only players left alive. They have to push them now. A minute and 7 seconds left remaining. They have to go forward. Leave one person on it and just try and push Kuna and Grabber. They need this Uber advantage if they want to be able to take the round, I think. And they've kind of let it simmer away to nothing. Quad is chasing down Dr. Phil as well, and the rest of their team were way too slow, stacking the point for no reason. It's 5v3 at the moment. They did manage to deny the forward spawns. They've lost their demo man. They just have to keep going forwards here. It's so predictable from Lego because they're just forced into a corner where they have to make the same plays.
Kuna distracts him from the front. Lupus comes in from kitchen and blindsides Beater there, medic down, and that is just taking the wind out of Lego's sails. But I mean, Quad distracting or killing off Phil and then managing to get behind was probably the final nail in the coffin, but he set it up there for the Kuna Lupus 1-2 punch. They're going to change the map anyway. I can tell you from the live logs that nobody managed to get around. It did end 3-2 in favour of our boys, Wonderland. I backed them, Sideshow. I still wanted to see Lego do well there, you know, but they couldn't get over the finish line, so to speak. Yeah. So we'll take a look at the logs.
Yeah, they don't play the time properly. They don't think about what they're doing in terms of the clock, and they can't seem to propel themselves into making a positive aggressive action and actually pushing out and putting themselves in a situation where they can actually get themselves into a favorable aggressive situation so that they can push forward and start taking captains. They're perfectly happy sitting back. But if you lose early rounds, you can't sit back. You can't play the time in that way. You have to play the time in the other way, where you're forced to be proactive. And there's something missing in their heads that they just can't understand, that they need to play aggressive when the time is ticking down.
Kuna's gonna top damage again. Only 318 this time. Dr. Phil, he's giving him a contest there. Similar stats, just a little bit behind. But overall, a pretty low damaging game when you see these numbers, and there weren't even any pauses to mess things up.
Now, I think that one of the biggest things here is that Kuna didn't play like a moron. Like, Kuna only has 10 deaths, which is the least on the server, drawing with the enemy medic of Beta, and one less than his pocket and medic. So he wasn't dying. He wasn't putting himself in those situations. Or alternatively, because I saw him in situations like that sometimes, Lego weren't taking advantage of the fact that Kuna was overextending sometimes, and so they weren't getting these easy picks that you can, because Kuna's playstyle is like really high damage and really high frags, but he also puts himself in situations where he overextends, and so he's an easy pick. But if you're not taking advantage of the fact that he's an easy pick, and you're not actually killing him when he presents you the opportunity, all you see is the positives from Kuna, and he's going to outplay you. And he put out a lot of damage. His KD's just pretty ridiculous, and it's they're getting shut down by him.
There was just there was so much space in this game. Both teams were more than happy to stand off each other. Like, even if you're at an uber disadvantage or whatever, you don't want to get too close to your opponent, you can still like stand forward a little bit and spam them, like see them coming and back off. But they were just leaving these like massive gaps. They weren't even interested in picking a fight, and like I think that's really reflected in the damage stats. Like, if I played Snake War and ended up with 200 damage as soldier, I'd be disappointed, man. That if this was a pickup, I'd be like, what the fuck? I'm playing like trash. But every soldier here is seems to be putting out these low numbers. Like, there was very little of that sort of spam or jostling for position. They were just sitting back, and that was probably perhaps something that made Lego uneasy, because usually they're the team to do that. But I think we saw a sort of change, a change up here from the previous game where they were super aggressive all the time. They were actually pretty smart and just sitting back and like, Lego, we're not going to play your game. We know you like to play defensive, so we're just going to sit back and see what you want to do. And after they managed to work that lead, it seemed to work well for them.
And they were playing I think they really went into the game thinking, we know we're going to be approaching Lego, we know how they play, and they abused it. Like, they were running Lupus on Sniper, and Lupus was doing really well on Sniper and did fairly well on Scout as well. And then they're running Wanzu on the black box conch, so that they have those conches to break some stalemates and help them in some of the fights where you normally would just be kind of stuck spamming. So I think they've actually approached this with a bit of intelligence and anticipation. Admirable. So I think I've got to give credit to them here. They've definitely not underestimated their opponents, and they've planned ahead. And I don't think the same can be said for RLM or Lego here. They really haven't thought about how they're going to specifically play against these teams they're up against in the playoffs.
Do you think Scouser Kev is on Mumble, coaching them? Even though he can't play the game, is he there in spirit? Is he the bite on their side, keep them in line? Giving them some strats. We're giving the King of Squirrels too much credit.
I don't think so. He's an absolute mastermind. He's the most intelligent player ever to come out of Liverpool. He's the most intelligent person ever to come out of Liverpool, and his IQ's only 72, so that tells you all you need to know. So I think he's in the stream at the moment, so he'll be picking up all these. He's watching them from the free cam, and from all the players' point of views, and he's going to be giving them tips as he goes along. He's just he's the same as that guy. Who's that beefy guy that stands behind the CSGO team? I can't remember. One of their coaches. That's Commander Kev.
I'm buoyed by the fact that halfway through the game, or that first map, Lego did start to play differently. Like, they were walking forward, they were looking for the fight. And Crizzle, like a player I've criticized season after season, is actually starting to become a better pocket. I see him looking for the opportunities, trying to sniff it out. So hopefully they can just draw a line under map 1 and say, you know, we're Lego, we're a Prem team, we have what it takes to outsmart these guys and outplay them. And if they can just, you know, put their best foot forward here, man, come out of the gates positive, I could easily see Lego taking map 2. So, you know, I backed Wonderland map 1, but I've seen the glimmer, what do they say, you know, the green shoots of recovery from Lego here, man. I'm going to back them from map 2. Who do you fancy it on Gully Voice, though, Sideshow?
Oh, you're a fool. I've seen the light. Wonderland are the way forward. They're the new mid-prem team. This is a team with potential. And as soon as Scouser Kev comes to set them all straight, they'll be even better. You know, these are the guys that are going to topple Throw Your Tech at I-55. This is the team, Admirable. This is the team. We're going to look back at this game and say this is where it all began.
You know, like, they got a lot of keen players here, man. Kuna and Lupus are two people you see on TF2pickup.net day in, day out. Kuna, as a wildest in the first best of 3, he's shown us a different side to his game here in map 1 of the sort of important game. And I feel like Lupus has been a really solid performer. Like, maybe his sniping hasn't wowed us just yet, but like, these guys are pickup heroes. They're on the grind regularly, perhaps more so than Lego. Maybe they're just hungrier, man. You know, they're keener. They've got a bigger passion for TF2 right now.
I think so, but I also worry about this team a little bit in the long term, because they have the kind of personalities that could clash and might implode, like Lupus, Koss, and Kuna. I can imagine not seeing eye to eye in the way that they play TF2. And the
Sounds
way
like you know something there.
No, I've just I've played with these players before, and I know them, and I wouldn't particularly put them in a team to mesh together. You know, they're I can see tensions getting high if games start going badly, and when they're put in Prem, you know, you've got to expect that games are going to be going badly. If they win this, they're going to be like the Lego of previous seasons. You know, they're going to be anticipated to finish bottom. They can only really hope to take games against Phoenix or Dogs, really, or maybe the Russian team, possibly. And so, you know, it's going to be a tough ride for them if they get into Prem. On the other hand, Lego, I think they're just throwing so that they can win mouse mats again, the little cheeky fuckers.
Yeah, man, like, you played an AO girl, and people give Stark a lot of abuse for being toxic because of the legendary mic blow up. But, you know, I think King of Squirrels is easily 10 times more toxic than Stark. He's pretty deadly. I could see him tearing a few teams apart. Luckily, he isn't playing here today. He's just sitting on Twitch chat taking our abuse. But can you speak to that? Could it be Scouser Kev that's the problem? Is he just too salty?
I don't think he's the problem. He's never the problem. He just gets annoyed at other people who are the problem. And then, you know, he's the kind of person who doesn't put up with people that he doesn't like playing with. He would just be like, no, I'm not doing this, and leave. Whereas, you know, he's not the toxic person. He's not the people that causes other people to leave or get annoyed at playing with. He's just, you know, you have to be a certain level to for the Scouser.
He doesn't suffer fools kindly.
Exactly, that's the one. That's the exact one.
He's the king of squirrels, after all. He doesn't have to associate with these riffraff, these commoner squirrels. We do have 12 players in the server, though, so hopefully we could see a game getting underway very soon. This is map 2 of this best of 3. If you've just joined us, this is Season 21 powered by TT Esports Premiership Qualifier. It's a pre-season playoff to decide who gets to play in the Premiership. And our team in blue here, Wonderland, a mishmash of players who have come together to contest the Premiership, have managed to beat Revoluzion metagame in Game 1. They're here fighting off Lego, former Prem team, for their chance to take that last spot in the Premiership. They've already taken map 1. This is their moment, man. But I'm back in Lego for this map. We're going all the way to a third map, Sideshow.
I don't think we are. Wonderland are going to crush them in 2 maps, Admirable. You're going to be sat there with egg on your face.
I know you're sitting there trying to sound confident, man, but I can
I'm
hear
supremely confident.
The quiver in your voice. You know the Lego Adrian is about to start getting rolling.
I believe in Kuna. I'm going to be watching him to this mid again, because we have gone live with our third map. Whoever wins... second map. If Wonderland win this, they are in Prem. If Lego win this, it goes to a best of 3. Josh and Jackie Legs drilling it out on the bottom. Loops is going to drop down and try and take down Josh, but he misses most of his shots. Oh, Josh on 5 HP now, but Kuna's so weak as well. This is not well for Wonderland. They've actually got the first frag. Oh, the second frag as well. They're healing up. Lego have allowed them an opportunity to get back in. Everyone was so weak from Wonderland. They just needed a tiny bit more damage just to finish off like 5 frags there. and they've just allowed Wonderland to come back in. Jackie Legs. Oh, Jackie Legs hits, takes a big direct there from Crizzle. Are they going to be able to come back into this? They have no heals.
Just can't. Don't chase Kuna. Don't chase Kuna.
Kuna's going to come back in, Admirable. Kuna's going to rip everybody apart.
He wanted them to follow him through choke, but Lego have done the right thing and just capped here.
Quad's back in, Quad's back in 2 shots. Phil's just looking at choke, just completely oblivious. And Quad comes in and rams the scattergun up his poop hole and obliterates him with some lead piping.
That was brutal, and here comes that Uber charge that Grabba definitely saved. He and Kuna are now back in the middle. They watched fall to Lego, but Kuna gonna catch Josh there as he tried to whip out his escape plan. But Jackie Legs has gone down as well, though. Hellberg's gonna join Josh in the spawn queue, so the man advantage stays in favour of Wonderland, and they haven't even popped their charge yet. They're already chasing down the retreating Lego players. They've tucked tail, they're running into the lobby. They're not even going to get their charge up in time to defend second. They're going to have to just back off to last and concede the point. But Lupus kills Crizzle, but does go down to Sepu, but it's not going to matter. Great play coming out from Wonderland here. They pushed all the way from their own second to the enemy second without even using that charge.
And they're now waiting to push in onto last here. They're going to be facing a sniper who does manage to take down Quad right at the beginning. Lupus is going to be respawned on sniper as well though. He's now coming into lower lobby. Josh has managed to infiltrate all the way behind. Lupus just saw him there, I think.
I don't think
they're going to be sending... Did he not? No, and Lupus is in behind onto Jackie Legs. He's up top. He's not actually going to be able to pick off that frag as the rest of the team come in to help out Jackie Legs. And they're just going to wait. There's an overcharge fight happening on Riverside actually. Quad again goes down. He just respawned to die there, and this is not looking good here for Wonderland. They're kind of getting baited in and their flanks disappeared behind them. Sepulch and Hellberg both in behind, but is this going to allow Wonderland just to stream to last? No, they're actually getting stopped quite nicely by Dr. Phil in the Riverside area here, so this is the perfect opportunity for Sepulch and Hellberg to cap the point behind them. I would have actually liked them to go for the frags there instead of the cap, but it works out either way.
I like the positive play coming out from Crizzle. He decides to take that Uber fight on the Riverside and really opens things up for his team, creates that distraction, and they've managed to take back CP2. Now they're working with a 70% Uber advantage. They're looking to walk forward here just as Gravis starts to meet up with his teammates. They have no chance of contesting this middle. Quad just escapes with 4 HP from the mid fight, but Lego are already about to secure CP3. They've got their charge, they're good to go, but Jackie Legs is waiting above Choke on that high spot, but it seems like Lego want to push through Big Door. They're starting to just poke their way forward here. They know they have a massive window of time to work with. Quad drops down and gets all the information he needs. He sees the entire Lego in there. Actually, Josh has come through Choke and Jackie Legs is putting big damage on him. Jumps up. Oh, there's a big soldier battle going on above the point. Meanwhile, Lego is still just walking forward here, and Beer still hasn't popped the charge. Great balls of steel from the Danish medic slash movie maker Supremo. They're starting to cap the point as well, and this is sort of like a carbon copy of what happened whenever Wonderland were pushing forward. They just gave up the point without even having to use the Uber.
Yeah, and they're now sat defending their own point. Quad going to be running the pyro. Both teams have the Uber charge, and both teams have a sniper as well. So this is almost the exact same situation. Lego were able to push out and take almost all of the points really without much of a problem there. Now we'll have to see whether Wonderland can do pretty much the same thing defending their last. Lego's so slow to get any position, but slowly, methodically working their way into upper lobby, and going to be contesting on Riverside fairly soon, which is where Lupus is watching with his sniper. Oh, Lupus just looks away as Josh and Crizzle come in. He could have picked off one of those frags, but not going to be able to do that. Hellberg sniping from main now is going to be contesting the soldier of Jackie Legs and Kuna as well, as Lupus is completely on the other side. Oh, Lupus has now dropped down to main. They're trying to snipe v snipe here, but it's not going to work. Like they're going to end up just getting a pick on somebody else, I think.
We see the Lego combo stacked here at Riverside. But you're putting the heals onto Hellberg to see if he can tank a little damage and get a shot up there now. Crizzle getting his 300. Is he interested in taking the Uber in here? Josh might fancy his chances going in for the force, but they'd seem more than happy just to sit back and see if Hellberg can keep switching up his position. Now we see the soldiers again looking for position here from Riverside. Josh is going to get a buff. No, he's walking backwards. Nobody wants to go in here. No, he's going to go for it. Here we go. No, no, he's just gonna spam rockets from range. That's not how you play, Roamer. Jump in and die. Come on, man.
Here comes Uber coming in from Riverside. Josh and Chris are going to leave it. They got onto Lupus immediately, but the counter Uber's going to come out and destroy both of those soldiers.
Look at that cap
They've
time.
got so many frags and so much cap time though. This is Legos to contest here. Oh, another headshot comes out and Kuna goes down. Jackie Legs so weak. And that's it for Lego. That was a really odd push, but they managed to make a load of frags and a load of cap time happen before the counter Uber came out.
We've seen a couple of these pushes from Lego where both soldiers going at the same time, and the focus fire from Josh and Crizzle has actually been really impressive. Despite just going straight in there and playing for the point, they managed to get a couple of important frags and do big dams, man, and get all that cap time. So they just put all these players on a plate for Hellberg and Phil to clean up. But onto this second middle after that heartbreaker around Lego, 1-0 up, 23 minutes, 30 seconds on the clock. Here comes Wanzu, he's going to jump up and push by Crizzle. Jackie Legs is going to follow up on that distraction. Lucas is coming in from the side as well. Beater's gone down early. Lego still have 5 players up though, while only 4 remain on the field here for Wonderland. Oh, Kuna survives on 1 health, but the heals can't come in fast enough. Crizzle's going to catch him at long range. Crizzle's looking to go forward. That's the last man alive here for Lego. He's not sure who to shoot. There's 3 targets, but he can't kill off any of them. Beater's back on the field, but he's got no one to heal, so huge advantages here for Wonderland. A strong response there, Sideshow.
Yeah, they've been fired up by losing that first round. They have the Uber and they're going to be pushing all the way to last as soon as they secure this point. Hellberg's come top though, and he's on Sniper. He's going to be looking for the pick onto Grabber. I can't actually see whether he can see him. No, he's getting flanked as well by Lupus. Oh no, he's actually been defended pretty well there by Josh, and so he's still got an opportunity to hit some shots from up top. They know he's there though, and they're firing those pipes up. Josh has dropped down really weak. They're firing a load of spam in there as well. Jackie Legs could well pick up 2 frags if he pushes pretty aggressively. Oh, that rocket just whiffs slightly just past the ear of Josh there, as the Uber is going to come in from that shutter door as well. Kuna firing off all of his stickies before he quickly switches over to pipes and then reloads them 7 times. Jackie Legs coming in, getting a lot of damage on the point, baiting everybody to it, and they're all going to go down. 1-1 the scoreline. Wonderland fast response.
Yeah, considering that first round took about 6 minutes, that was pretty quick. We're going to see Cookie Cutter the middle here. No shenanigans. Hellberg, of course, could snipe from Big Door at some point in the game, but Lego going to stick with what they know for now. And it seems like they're thinking of going right hand side. Yeah, we're going to see Phil and Beater pushing forward. Crizzle trying to push them back as well, but wow, this focus fire coming out from Wonderland absolutely shuts down that Lego push. There are just Lego bits scattered across that midpoint on that right hand side. Watch out, Mum. Don't come in your bare feet. It's going to hurt.
And this is the same situation they were in last time, but perhaps even worse here for Lego. The aggression's going to come in as soon as they pick up this second point here. And Grabber and the rest of his team had that full Uber advantage to work with. No Pyro coming out on the defense from Lego. Only the Sniper of Hellberg to contend with, and as long as they pop in, as long as they play aggressive here, they're going to be able to pick that up fairly easily, I think. They just need to get some buffs in lobby, and then they need to head in. They've got another 20 seconds to make it happen before Beetle will have his Uber charge up. So there's enough time for an Uber charge, and the after Uber, they come in, Wanzo and Kuna. They're going to pick up the Sniper first, and once he's onto Dr. Phil, this is perfect here. All of the frags going perfectly to Wonderland, and they're going to pick up the last point. That was clinical. That was very nicely done.
Can't fault that execution. 6 frags for 0 losses. Momentum shift for sure. Wonderland coming out with 2 rounds back to back very fast, and Lego looking a little bit shaky here. I still believe though this is just part of their journey, man. Josh and Sepu going to jump onto the point immediately and try and put a little cap time on their Crizzles there as well, but Jackie Legs just walks underneath, jumps up and kills off Phil, and the Lego soldiers have been just standing circling the nipple there. Finally we see Josh jumping in, but now Crizzle and Beater are looking to move up on the right hand side. They're just letting their flank players do all the work here. Sepu finds a frag below, kills off Jackie Legs, as Hellberg had just killed off Kuna, that all important demo man pick. You know, he really is the engine of this team, I suppose. This Wonderland team. But he's been shut down, so they're going to be able to take middle and push forward here. Will be an Uber available, and Kuna's back on the field. and Wands who seem like they want to come and contest Lego here. Beater knows something's up, he's going to back off. The Uber come out really early here, so Lego with the opportunity, but Sepu, he didn't get the memo that they need to kite it. He's going to go down. Josh goes down as well, so this is a really grim situation here for Crystal. He's taking a fight with Jackie Legs, and he should probably just run. Don't worry about that frag, mate. Get out there. Oh, Beater's going to defend himself, kills off Quad, and maybe Lego can stabilise here, but they're about to face an onslaught on middle, Sideshow.
Yeah, they are. Jackie Legs is coming in, trying to get that frag onto Beater. He knows that he got the Uber source, so there's a little bit of an Uber advantage. Lupus is hitting shots and doing fairly well on Sniper here. And Beater's in a sore position. He does have the Uber charge now, but he doesn't know really whether to push in or not. They're 2 players down, the Sepulchre and Dr. Phil. Oh, they're going in. Josh is leading this forward, but does get dropped there by the headshot from Lupus. And this is not looking great here for the Lego team. If they can convert another frag, it might be going slightly better for them. Oh, Lupus was so far forward there. I'm not really sure what his positioning was about. But if he had not given up his life, it would have been a prime situation for Wonderland to recontest this. As it is, they might just wait for the respawns before going back in with their Uber, or try and bait Lego into a non-Uber push when they're just about to get their Uber charge up. I think they'll just wait until all 6 players are up and then go in and try and secure this midpoint. If they get more than a single frag out of it, as well as the point, they should be able to come out favourably. But it looks like the entirety of Lego knows what's going on, and they're just sitting back really passive. They just want to spam them and force them that way. Oh, Grabber doing a decent job to hold on, but then gets dropped by a sticky trap from Dr. Phil.
Oh dear. Big drop coming in from Grabber. Beater has the charge of his own, but Jackie Legs is trying to jump up behind. He's whiffed the first one, but now he's made it up. He's just walking forward, but Helleberg manages to be looking around at the right time. Phil's going to pop anyway. Beater's going to pop anyway. A free Uber charge there. Grab it just back on the field. They're not really going to be behind in the Uber race. Kuna's in on middle though. 9 health Kuna is just been left to his own devices there. Josh is going to go forward and ignore him. Kuna just kills himself with a roller. And Lego gaining a lot of territory here. And with the demo man down for 15 seconds, Lego have free admission here. But they're going to come in through the smallest choke, but they have managed to just brute force their way in. They're putting players on the point and finding frags at the same time. And everything is awesome when you're part of the team. Lego back in the game. It's 2-2, baby.
How long have you been waiting to use that one, Admirable?
Everything is awesome.
Should we just break into song if Lego managed to come back from this? That was all off the back of a drop by Grabber, so he's got to be feeling pretty shit right now. He's let that fall away for his team. Josh and Sepu playing underneath that point, getting ready to jump. Josh is in. He's trying to get onto the combo of Kuna and Grabber. They're baiting in all of this aggression, but they're just mopping it up. Loops is going to go aggressively onto Dr. Phil here as Grabber's down to 15 health. Sepu can't quite get the frag though, and this is almost a full wipe. Hellberg, the only player left alive, and look at him. He's so sneaky, hiding. Is he going to be able to get the frag onto Grabber though? He must see the heal beam just go past him right now, and he's going to be onto him. He's completely left alone, but the dodge or the choke, I can't really decide which one it was, but Grabber just gave him the little AD, and Hellberg just dribbled all down himself and then slipped over on it.
Oh dear, Hellberg missed opportunity there. He's going to respawn in 2 seconds though, but Jackie Legs is already spawning out the sentry gun. All that hard effort from Josh. Yeah, that level 2 for Nout is dead already. Here comes the Uber charge. Beater's only got 5%. Josh jumps into the thick of it though and manages to slow down the Uber briefly, but Lego need to find a lot of damage and a lot of frags really quickly. Dr. Phil is on the point, 1 health in the air. He's going to get wall shot by Jackie Legs. Lego trying to throw bodies on there to stop the cap, but it won't matter. It's a meat grinder there, and a Wonderland back in the lead. I don't know how this game's going to end up, but we're at the halfway point right now. Sideshow here on map 2, Granary, the decider potentially, but it's neck and neck just now though. We see Wonderland in the lead. What's happening on this middle though, Sideshow?
I'm going to be taking a look at Jackie Legs, as it looks like he's going to mop up a bit of aggression and then go back in. He's on really weak though, so I'm going to switch over to Josh, who's just taken down Kuna. Unfortunately, the rest of his team has taken 3 casualties, so they've hightailed it out of there. Beta, Dr. Phil and Hellberg are running for their lives. They only managed to get the frag on Dr. Phil here, on Kuna, who's the demo man for Wonderland. And so the rest of their players going to still be able to stream all the way forwards. Kuna waiting for the forward spawn, and he's going to meet them ready for a push into last. Neither team running Kritzkrieg or anything odd like that. So they're just going to get ready for an Uber v Uber on last. Now, Admirable, do you wait here and try and whittle down a bit of time if you are the Wonderland team? Try and get Lego to push into you, or do you just go for it?
Oh, I just sent Jacklegs in to get the force. Jumps in. Would have actually got the drop on Peter if he hadn't popped there. Connects a nice rocket. He's just dancing around on the point here. Lucas went down at the same time, but mission accomplished. They have forced the Uber out of Lego. And now Lego moving forward here, trying to use this window of opportunity of the two-man advantage. They can afford to sack 2 players here for this force themselves. They're trying to get forward, but Kuna's just funneling them down this long corridor. He's positioned on the balcony here just to slam out those pipes he loves so well. Sepu and the Hellberg going down. Krizzle as well. They've wasted 3 lives here to get that force out, and Krizzle gets a longer spawn. And this is just played into Wonderland's hands yet again, and bam! Gonna get a quick round again. It seems to be they getting these rounds in little bursts of 2. Another 2 on the board. This is now Lego's opportunity to come back with a response. 13 minutes, 25 seconds left on the clock. Come on, Lego.
Yeah, they've got enough time to come back into this, and they made a bit of an attempt at it last map. Oh, Josh takes a sticky there and goes underneath the point. He's getting ready to bomb up onto Kuna again. He's in onto the French Zimmerman. Does actually find him, and Dr. Phil's got a frag on quad as well, so this is looking great for the comeback here. Only both of the soldiers and the medic left alive. Josh looked like he wanted to pressure out Grabber, but in the end, Wanzu's defensive rockets prove a little too much for him. Again, just shepherding Dr. Phil back into that big door, but Josh is on them now. He's trying to chase down Grabber. Wanzu doing a decent job of pocketing here, making sure that nothing can really aggress onto his medic, and Josh might have overextended a little. No, does manage to escape with his life, and we're just going to see an Uber v Uber on last. The question is, can Lego be as effective as Wonderland have been in this situation?
They did manage to work that nice push in the previous Uber versus Uber when they just sent 2 soldiers on the point, but oh, Kuna had a lot of stickies on that rump, and he's taken away the buffs to these soldiers here. But a follow-up there from Jacklegs, who has to go back to his spawn, but Lego have really telegraphed this push, and they seem to want to continue. They already know quad is pyro-like, so this is really questionable to have all this information and still make this decision. They use the Uber, but all they get is a frag onto quad. Sebu goes down. The counter Uber comes out actually a little bit easily there from Grabba. Jacklegs is thinking of chasing here, but I think Lego got off lightly there. I mean, I feel like Wonderland could have punished them. They didn't have to Uber there. They could have waited. But anyway, Lego still with the sort of stranglehold, and they have Josh on the point here, turning a lot of heads. Lego with the opportunity to push in, but only Hellberg's in position. Meanwhile, Wanzu's just walked forward and distracted the combo. Phil and Peter trying to make their way forward. They've taken so long. The spawns are like 6-7 seconds away. I think Lego might be able to get this. It's going to take huge effort from Quad and Grabba, but it's not going to happen. Lego do get the cap, and the dream is still alive, Sideshow.
Yeah, I think the aggression there out of, I think it was Hellberg and Josh, as they just kind of jumped in, and Wanzu was nowhere to be seen, so they didn't have that pocket controlling the space. It was a questionable flanking player from Wanzu. He only managed to get 1 frag from it, and it didn't quite work out for his team. 4-3 though, they're still in the lead. They got enough time, and Jacklegs up, drop down to take down Dr. Phil and Peter. Big play from Jacklegs right at the beginning of this mid-fight, and only 3 players are left alive. Only Hellberg to try and rescue things for his team, and he's got nothing like that in mind. He just wants to escape with his life. He's the rest of his team in Mumble are crying, "Help yourself! Save yourself!" as Hellberg runs out to last, and Wonderland pick up the mid-fight, and they're going to be moving forward as well. They're looking great to take this to a 2-round deficit, and I think at some point, if they do decide to play the clock, they're in a great position to, because as we saw last time, Lego just don't know what to do in that situation.
10 minutes left. Wonderland, they're taking a look here from every side. Jacklegs is going to relay the fact that he heard a sniper shot. Hellberg looking right at him there. But now we see a little rotation here. Kuna trying to spam in from that mid door. Wanzu looks like he wants to take the Uber in. They're going to go with that single charge and try and utilize this Uber advantage. Sepu gets juggled up and plucked out of there with a couple of nice pipes from Kuna there. Good focus fire. 2 frags coming in against Lego. And it seems like Wonderland have a solid position here on the high ground above the point. All they need to do is just focus down these frags. Don't rush onto the point too soon. And that was another well executed push, good composure coming out, and really made use of that Uber advantage.
The score now 5-3. They've managed to turn this into a 2-round difference here, and they're very effective with their last pushes whenever they have an opportunity to push forward. So if they manage to pick up these mid-fights, it often ends in a round win for them. That means that LEGO really need to deny them these round wins. Look at that, Wanzu destroys the roaming soldier of Josh there. Seppo and Crizzle so weak on the floor as well, and LEGO have no reply for this.
This is looking grim for LEGO. This mid-fight is getting really stretched out, and Beater and Phil, two key classes here, are probably going to die late. Beater goes down, he's going to get a 15-second spawn. Phil is going to get rushed as well, gets an even longer spawn, so LEGO without Medic or Demo Man. But the one silver lining on this cloud is that the cap on middle has taken a long time here from Wonderland, so that's going to give LEGO a little bit of breathing room here. But again, they're going to be facing this big Uber push. Phil needs to do better at staying alive. He's tried to play underneath a couple of times, but it seems like Wonderland are aware of that play, and they've just been either going straight for him on the point or taking him out of the game. I don't know what's going to happen this time though, Sideshow.
Yeah, Josh kind of telegraphs his plays on mid as well, and that's not helping them. But on these last pushes, they've been incredibly effective. They deny the pyro straight away, as Seppu gets absolutely nothing done. They're just mulching them as they rotate through spawn. Read it perfectly. 6-3 the score, and they can definitely play time here if they want to. Another great mid fight, and they will be running away with this map. 3 rounds
look at this,
in
man.
the lead.
This is desperation from LEGO. Like, they're bringing out Hellberg on Sniper, and he is prolific on his day, man. He is the best in Europe. Right now he's coming to big door, he's charging up a shot, he's looking for the first hit. It doesn't connect. He's trying to find any shots here. The pressure seems to be too much for him. He eventually connects a body shot, but so far the sniper gamble hasn't worked. Seppu and Josh Crizzle all dead at the minute. Finally Hellberg hits a shot, but it's too late. He's already been pressured hard. He's surely going to go down here. And LEGO's sort of roll of the dice here to try and change things up hasn't actually worked out. But this is, it's grim, man. You know, as a lifelong LEGO fan, I'm struggling to find the word, Sideshow.
Yeah, these dreams are getting ripped apart in front of your eyes here. Kuna is going to get juggled away though. Grabber doesn't have his Uber charge up, and Phil's going to be chasing through the drop down. 60 health. Can he hit a pipe? He can't. Can he hit the second one? Oh, Grabber got an Uber saw off him though, and does pop the Uber charge off. But he's not in a good position. If LEGO just get a bit of position on this mid-fight, they can definitely stop Quad and Grabber getting out here. But instead, Josh is taking a frag on Big Door, and they've just let the combo completely out. They're not playing aggressive. They're not seeing these opportunities, and they're not able to move.
It must have been a miscommunication there, because like Crizzle and Beater were at their own choke, and they turned around to like look for someone. When at the exact moment they need to be just like barreling across the point and cutting off the retreat of Grabber there, but they let them out for free. They still have this Uber advantage, and now they're trying to make the dry push through Big Door. They're forcing it in, but they've already lost Seppu. The Uber charge is just about to come up for Beater, but his team are already 2 down. Here comes the charge. Jackie Legs is just going to jump away. There's 2 scouts hot on the heads of these Uber players. They're just realising that right now. They need to look to focus down Quad and Lupus. They've already killed off the rest of the team, but just these 2 scouts remain, and LEGO are doing it. I want to believe 5 minutes. Just less than 6 minutes in fact left on the clock. Lupus is continuing to juke around here. Beater's still got plenty of health. And they just about clean him up. The LEGO dream, it's real, man.
He bought so much time, but Seppu's pushed forward and picked off Kuna, who was overextended, doing the classic Kuna, but this time they're actually taking advantage of it. They're going to push in here without their Uber charge. The spawns are going to be up from Lupus in just 1 second. Seppu and Josh playing on the point, and they're going to be hard-pressed to defend this, and Beater's going to have his Uber charge up in a few seconds as well. The Uber comes out. Dr. Phil and Crizzle surely going to be able to take the frag on Kuna here and grab it before the spawns come in 5 seconds. Surely not! Kuna got a frag in the middle of that Uber charge, but they do eventually get the point here, LEGO, and it's only 2 rounds in it. Is this the beginning of the comeback? Are we going to see a 3rd map here, Admirable?
I fucking hope so, mate. Dr. Phil gonna roll out to choke. Already Kuna's got a few stickies waiting for him. It looks potentially like a right hand side push from Grabber's gonna go up the elbow, but his teammates are all on the low ground here. LEGO with an opportunity to do damage. Look at that team health bar, it's all red right now. 3 frags coming in against our boys. whose name I forget. Oh my god. Wonderland. Motherfuckers. And now they're running with their tail between their legs. Josh is coming in behind though, but are they going to realise Josh is jumping in? He's looking for that medic. Big Kuna and Wanzi combined. Nice to shut Josh down. Their medic will survive. Grabba will eventually get his charge up, but still doesn't have it just yet. No, Lego aren't going to push. They hear there's a pyro though.
They're not going to push. They're ready to take it a little bit more passive than that, but they are actually going in to scout Uber just to trade. Is a bit of an odd decision. As long as the scouts don't get kind of pinned back now though. Hellberg does get dropped. Sepu's on the right hand side. Krizzle's weak as well. This is looking disastrous for Lego here. Perhaps a bad choice, but they've got Josh to fall back to in the upper lobby on heavy weapons guy, but he's just going to get spammed down here. He's been deserted by everybody, and Beat has gone down. That's a car crash of a push. A terrible choice as well to push in 2 scouts to trade the Uber charge.
They don't have any more room for error here right now. It is crunch time. Jackie Legs is lurking above their spawn. Seppi's just waiting there. He's surely heard this. Oh, Hellberg's hiding in the bush as sniper. He's looking for a hero pick here. He's going to fire a shot. Doesn't find a frag. Dr. Phil is the last to spawn. He's back on the field, but Lego with only 3 minutes left here. They're facing against a huge Uber disadvantage, and they need to get 2 rounds on the board. It's all or nothing. Oh! Hellberg drops Grabba. This is it. This is the beginning of the turnaround. Kuna's going to go down here as well. 2 key players, but Lego are up against it in lobby. They've just about managed to survive. Beater on 46 health. Hellberg now getting the heals, and only Lupus remains alive. He's coming in behind. Oh! Hellberg's on fire. He's turning it on. His team need him right now, and he is delivering. The threat of Lupus eliminated. Beater has survived. He's going to have Uber for this next push, and if Lego can win this next push, I believe they can take the last round and tie things up, Sideshow.
And they've got an opportunity here, definitely. If Hellberg keeps hitting shots like that, they're going to have the momentum they need to pressure forwards. He's moving over to that big door area. He can definitely see the head of a certain pocket soldier peeking out there, but they need to start moving things in as well. There's 2 players that are just begging to be killed and choked there. Quad and Jackie Legs. Oh, Hellberg gets the frag onto Lupus as well as Seppu gets the frag onto Jackie Legs. This is all going the way of Lego here. This is great stuff from them. 2 minutes remaining. Kuna and Wanzu, the only players left alive to repel the intrusion of Danish players here. And Krizzle's going to take down the demo man. Dr. Phil jumps on a point, stickies it up. He's definitely going to be able to take that. And this is it. This is it, Admirable. They're coming back into it. They're unleashing their Prem potential.
We've seen them have a few disastrous middles. Hopefully, all I'm asking Lego is don't get wiped on mid, you know. Jinx, Curse of the Caster there, but Dr. Phil's coming in from choke. Jackie Legs is already underneath, but he's being contested by Josh this time. Lego looking to set things up. Krizzle jumping up to meet up with Phil. The Scouts are looking to be forward. Jackie Legs actually wins the fight with Josh, but Seppu's going to avenge him. And there's a spam battle going on the point here. Hellberg runs forward trying to find something for his team, but meanwhile, oh wow, they lose all the soldiers there. Phil and Beater trying to back out. Still a minute left on the clock, but unless they push in this next respawn wave, Lego are just going to have a bus parked on them, man.
Absolutely, they need to they need to pressure out. This is the same situation we saw in the previous map though, isn't it? But hopefully they've learned from their mistakes. Kuna goes down though. This is the aggression of Josh coming out to possibly save Lego. There's 3 players down. This is great stuff from them. It's only Jackie Legs and Grabber left alive. They're uber charged, but if they start this camp, they're just stacking it really quickly. And if they can get the pick here, or just stop them blocking it for so long, they need to be moving forwards. Both of those frags do go down into full wipe. They need to start getting on mid. Everybody back spawned. They have 25 seconds left. Is it even possible, Admirable? They need to start moving.
They need to have like Scouts captain CP4 and their team just pushing on last already. The Uber coming in from Beater here. 10 seconds left on the clock. They really need to be on last right now and have ×4 on second, but Kuna's doing a great job of buying time for his team. Now the Scouts are on the point, but oh, Quad's going to pistol down Hellberg. There just isn't enough cap time there. And by the slimmest of margins, Lego are denied the draw. They're going to lose in 2 straight maps here. And Wonderland, the team who until late last night were even going to get a chance to get into the Prem playoffs or the qualifiers, beating all comers in straight sets, man. They didn't lose a single map.
Do you know what I hear, Admirable? There's a sandstorm coming to Prem. It's arriving, Admirable, and it's taking the form of Quad and Lupus. They're coming!
Oh wow, my faith in Lego was misplaced, but they really did put up a good show there. We'll take a look at the logs for map 2, but it is confirmed people are slating the quality of the Prem. Just flabbergasted that these players have managed to qualify, Sideshow, but I salute them. Anyone who wants to, try their hand at it. If you apply for Prem, you deserve the right to compete, and they've come here and they've won.
They absolutely
They've
have.
silenced their critics. Well, apparently not.
Well, they should have done that. That was a great performance from them. Like, they definitely, in the second best of 3 particularly, they really stepped it up. And they played a lot better, and completely destroyed Lego. They made them look foolish at times. They had them in the palm of their hand.
I'm looking for the log here. I don't see no log. No log. Log's bugged, man.
There must be logs somewhere, surely. But yeah, do you think Lego just threw so that they could win high again? Are we seeing a conspiracy here? Danish conspiracy?
I don't know, mate. I guess that's possible. Lego, they're the ultimate yo-yo team. They like to play a season in Prem, then a season in Div 1, and alternate between the two. But
without F2 and Natural, I think they really wanted to play in Prem again. They wanted to prove themselves as not being the worst team in Prem, but unfortunately, they're not only the worst team in Prem this season, they're the worst team not in Prem.
We got the logs, baby. Let's figure out what really happened. Stats never lie, man. And again, Kuna top damages, but he's managed to put some distance between himself and everyone else, and his soldiers doing work. One's doing Jackie Legs, both in the 300 club there. Crizzle putting in solid numbers too, but who will we blame? Let me see, who died the most? Josh, 29 deaths. I don't know, the game was super close, man. There's only 7 frags in it. There's only like 2k damage, the difference. 2 Uber drops went in from Grabba, but he won. What does it all mean, Sideshow? What do you see in the numbers? Paint me a picture.
I don't know, I'm having a look at the
mids,
the stats right now, but
mids.
Yeah, it's got to be the mid fights. Like Josh was really predictable on mids. He was letting himself get seen on the lower ground by a scout, and then he would just get dealt with instantly as soon as he jumped up. I think he only had picked once or twice on the mid fights, and they were just getting the really easy frags on their scouts at the beginning of the mid. Like Seppu and Hellberg were either out of the fight completely, and so they were not able to help clean up or do any damage, or even distract, or they were just like mulched instantly at the beginning of mid fights.
Look at Josh, man, 11 air shots, and the closest behind him is 3.
Big plays.
I mean, kills and assists per death, we didn't look at it on the other maps, but Wanzu's actually up top there, and he was pretty consistent over all the maps for a player I know nothing about. He was solid, man. So was Jackie Legs. Like, really enjoyed their mids, some nice synchronization. But yeah, here we have it, man. Wonderland. I think, we're going Prem.
Absolutely, yeah. And I think another thing to be said about them was that their last pushes were very clinical and very well done on Gully Wash particularly. Not really on any of the other maps that I can think of, but definitely on Gully Wash they had like the ability just to be able to push in, and every time they had an Uber charge advantage, and most of the time just when they're playing Uber for Uber, they were able to get the last cap. And if you're able to do that consistently every time, you have just such a huge advantage. I think in terms of like the things to master as a team that give you a huge advantage over your opponents, like mid fights are going to give you a massive advantage, and if you can just convert last pushes into caps every time, that just gives you a massive advantage as well, and they certainly had that going for them in this game against Lego.
Dare we try and organise some interviews, Sideshow? Who should we talk to?
Jackie Legs was begging to be interviewed, so I've already given him the...
He's not even in the team, mate.
Yeah, well, exactly, but he can give us the lowdown on what happened. He can give us the objective insight into what happened.
He's got a nice voice. We'll let him in. Yeah, no problem. Bring in Jackie Legs. We'll get Josh in here as well for the alternate opinion. Let's see what he has to say. Probably tell me to fuck off. He's offline actually. But yeah, stay with us here for an insightful interview with Jackie Legs. There he is. Do you want to drag him in?
I'd love to drag him in, but I don't have admin.
Jackie Legs!
Hello.
How's it going, friend? You're not in this roster, but you just won their way into Prem for them. How does it feel?
Feels pretty good. I mean, I carry them, so that's something for me, you know.
Gun for hire, Jackie Legs. What did you think of the
what?
What did you think of the opposition you faced tonight? You know, you played against RLM, you played against Lego. Were those teams underperforming tonight, or were you guys just on fire?
RLM were a bit mishmash. I don't know. They were just weird. They're just a weird team.
Feel free to trash talk, you know.
I don't want to trash talk. I'm not even kind of
Safety
on
off.
the team. I'm kind of on, but
Shots
Well,
fired.
exactly. That gives you the objective ability to shit talk all you like. Like, just trash talk these guys. Tell it. It's not trash talk anyway, Jackie. It's real talk. You know, you don't want to have to be fettered by the rules of politeness and, you know, social convention. Just tell us exactly what you think.
okay. So to be honest, their scouts were horrible of RLM. Our scouts kind of trashed them. Who are their soldiers? I think Lippy and who else? Help me out here.
I can't even remember, and we've just been reading out the name. Caps. It was Caps as well.
Caps. Yeah, he's horrible. Yeah, we kind of trashed them out. Kind of just like,
Easy
oh,
game
we
for you
win.
guys.
I mean, the first map was kind of hard, but the second map was a lot easier, I guess. Yeah, went a lot smoother.
We've got the man that the people desire for an interview right now in the Mumble Admirable. If you could drag him in, it's Grabber in Prem.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, that's me.
People want to know. Well, I want to know. Who are you, Grabber?
I am a Polish friend. I'm a Polish video gamer that came from MIT and proved my capability with these guys, and I made a team.
Kappa.
Yes, and I made a team, and we did it. This is really awesome. Like, we won, but there's a half of my happiness. This is being these people that hate me. Like, shut up. That's it.
Fuck the haters, man. You're right. You put out a solid performance across all 4 maps we saw tonight. A few drops there against Hellberg, but even the best medics drop movers from time to time, so I've heard.
Yeah, I was a bit stressed and didn't catch up some calls, but still, I'm really happy. It's hard to avoid a sniper like Hellberg, but Lupus took sniper a few times and he managed to pick him off, so that sometimes was a key pick as well.
What do you want to say to all the haters out there, Grabba? You know, the people who have been talking you down and saying, oh, Grabba and Prem, this is a disgrace, whatever.
I'm gonna shadow them all and tell them that, like, you shouldn't judge people and, like, divisions doesn't matter much and you can do whatever you want if you, like, put your effort into that.
You believed, man. You believed in yourself.
Well, like, people made me believe a bit. My friends from team, I can say, like Lupus was pushing me pretty hard to try this, and like agreed, and it was worth it.
Yeah, I'm so happy to see you guys come in here and cause an upset. I respect anyone that tries to apply for Prem. You guys have overturned the popular opinion. I can't get behind that enough, Sideshow.
Yeah, the underdog's coming through. It's a match made in heaven. How do you guys think you're gonna perform in Prem?
When I was signing up for Prem, we mainly thought we could contest against teams like Phoenix, Danger Dogs, 425. I know that it will be really hard to do something with ZZ Reason or Tilder, but we'll surely try. Why not? Like, it's gonna be a good lesson. yeah, we'll surely prepare for these matches. I can't really promise anything. It might be 5-0, it might be more or less, but we're gonna do well.
So you guys really keen? You really wanting to perform as well as you possibly can in Prem?
Yeah, that's let's say it's what we're aiming for. Because
What about your
yeah.
your results in practice? You know, at the minute against the other Prem teams, how do you see yourself matching up?
We didn't really scrim much Prem teams, like mostly because of them being booked, and we managed to get some scrims for the next week, but I couldn't send them in results. Some of Prem teams were just telling us that we are not Prem, like we don't deserve a scrim against them.
Yeah.
But we have managed to scrim Fennec, have managed to scrim 425, and they were promising results. Like I included them in screenshots to tier request. Yeah, that's it. Like we didn't scrim much Prem.
I've seen a thread on ETF2L, and I think I agree with the sentiment that, you know, this season is one of the most unpredictable ever. Sure, we've got like a ZZ and Reason, maybe TLR would be going for the top spot, but like below that, how do you separate these teams, man? I think anyone's got a chance, Sideshow.
Yeah, I think depending on a lot of these teams at the bottom and mid of Prem, they're really inconsistent as well. They can sometimes turn up with a fantastic game, and sometimes they're just they're hopeless. You watch them and you think this is a completely different team that I'm watching here. They're awful. But I think the entirety of the Premiership division, apart from the top three, could arrive in any order, to be honest. Throughout the season, they're going to get better. Some of them are going to get better quicker than the others. And by the end of Prem, I think we're going to see a very different order to how anyone would have predicted at the beginning, barring the top three. I do still think that the top three are pretty much untouchable. I don't think we're going to see any differences there. But as for the other five teams, it's going to be a hell of a ride watching them and seeing how they all perform.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't always understand these comments about teams not deserving to be in Prem. I mean, the reason teams go to Prem is to learn. Sure, you might get pounded on or whatever, but like, this is a great opportunity for the next generation of European TF2. We might be seeing a little bit of a transitional season. We've seen some old names turned over tonight. Lego didn't make it. RLM didn't make the cut. So we've got like a new generation of keen players like Lupus, like Grabba, you know, they're stepping up, man. They want to deliver. They need fans. That's what we need to see. We need people supporting them in Twitch chat, not pouring that salt on them. I want to see everyone getting behind Wonderland. They should be our new European mascots. You know, I want to send these guys to I-55 Sideshow.
Absolutely, I called it before, didn't I? I said this is the beginning of the European dream. This is where we look back and realise that the super team was formed from the ashes of dribbly Prem teams from the season before.
Dribbly Prem teams. So, Jackie Legs, then tell me about your plans for season 21. Are you going to be invited to join this roster?
I was invited, but I thought this team will play in high, so I didn't want to abandon my fellow foreskin-less teammates that I play with. So I help these guys because they're good friends. So I don't know, I'll probably stick to my team, and if they need me, then I'll play for them.
Oh, but they're probably slipping in there. You're enticed by the thought of a Prem slot.
Yeah.
You wanna recruit Jackie Legs here? You wanna offer him a chance to play in your team?
Yeah, of course. Like he's the best possible roamer for us.
Jackie, say yes. This is so romantic right now. He's proposing to you, man.
I can't. These guys have foreskin. I can't do it, man.
How does it feel to be the best soldier in Israel right now, Jackie Legs?
Since there's only two soldiers. Yeah, two soldiers.
Since Tarkus, the best since Tarkus.
Tarkus, the best of the best. Definitely not a cheater there. I mean, I don't know. Feels good. nobody is other else is playing soldier except for one guy. So, I guess, yay, I'm the best.
Ips is trying to bring me back down to earth here. He's saying he's complaining that all these shitters are in Prem, and I'm trying to hype it up as the next generation. Then he's like, "Oh, Heart, JK, you guys rock." What do you want to say to Ips, Jackie Legs? Tell that guy to fuck off.
I like him. He's a good guy. I love him. He's a good guy.
He's sitting here, man. He's throwing shade on you, but he's sitting on the sidelines. He's not actually playing this season, you know. Put your money where your mouth is, Ips. Make a team. It's too late, but Sonny Black can get you in.
We'll kick out Wonderland.
Alright, let's wrap it up. Grabba, I want to give you a chance to make some shout outs. You know, I want your victory speech.
Alright, I'm gonna shout out Neutronas, my dear Demoman friend from the mid tier, my favorite tier in this game. I'm gonna shout out every people that typed lol grabba on forums. And I'm gonna shout out my team and everyone that's watching and the whole ETF2L community.
Yeah. Get fucked haters. Jackie Legs, what's on your mind?
Shout out to Tarkus 2012. I love that guy. He was my mentor. Madden, shout out to him. He was the best. I never said I'm the best. He's the best. He'll be back. He'll be back, by the way. So don't worry about it. Shout out to my Jewish friends over at Force Kings, and yeah, shout out to you guys for casting this and streaming this.
Sideshow.
Shout out to my team in high this season. I don't know what their name is actually. It's something.tf, I think.
Sideshow.tf.
Should be.
Can I shout out one more? Or are you
You
done?
may not. You may not.
Okay.
Go for it. Go for it, you fucking idiot.
Shout out
Please,
to
sir, can I have a shout out?
Salute.tf and Cherry, the maker. He's the creator. He's the best. He sponsors us, so he's the greatest.
Yeah, shout out to Cherry for all the Saloon.tf stuff, and shout out to Gentleman John as well for all of his bad boy fantasy TF2 stuff that's happening behind the scenes. Now that we've finally sorted out which teams are playing in Prem with which rosters, maybe that can get released pretty soon. Hype!
I'm gonna pick up some Wonderland players at a bargain rate. Grabba, you're going on my dream team for sure. Shout out to Onkaya here making his debut on camera. Give us some feedback if whether you're watching this live or on the VOD later. Please tell us what you think of this setup. We had Onkaya on camera and John doing the production. I can't see what it looks like. I don't have the internet connection to see the stream at the same time, but we appreciate your feedback. Shout out to my boy John, Blackout John here, casting sixes again for the first time in a long time. And look forward to plenty of coverage for season 21. It's gonna be hype. Yeah, I'm excited about the Premiership now. This is insane. That's it for tonight. Thanks for tuning in, of course. But that'll be it. Peace out. More action starting from Sunday onwards. That's when week 1 begins.